the door. Loud like a jag-off at a pins game fight. Brace yourself, this ride ain't polite. Two dumb Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Tales from the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two dumb Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. From the bug with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two dumb Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Rivers collide where the laughs always flow. Black and gold thunder everywhere they go. The madcap kings breaking every mold. With two dumb Yinzers, the stories don't get old. Two dumb Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice.
Yeah, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to the show. This is the big episode 1022 of the Two Dummies. I want to say to everybody today, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Derpy.
There's that Derpy again.
Derpy.
It was brought up yesterday, and I brought it back. I had it up on the shelf, Mike, but now Derpy is back with us here on the show. Glad to see everybody today. This is episode 1022 of the Two Dummies. Just glad to be back. Great to be back. Michael, are you back to work now after your vacation, or are you still off?
I'm back to work. This is day number 2 back to work, and it sucks. It sucks.
I was wondering what the cranky business was all about this morning. I passed you in the hall, and I noticed you were a bit cranky. I figured you might have been back to work.
Yeah, back to work today. Was a busy day. My co-supervisor, he had to bail, had an emergency, had to go take care of. So it was like just me and the one boss. So usually when that happens, it's like just you.
Yeah, sure.
Dealing with that stuff, because the boss has like other things to do, and also trying to help you do the other work too. So it was just a lot of walking, and I didn't do a whole lot of walking on my vacation. Otherwise, it went from my couch to go get a drink, or my couch to go get a drink, or from my couch to get a drink. So it wasn't a lot of walking done.
Yeah, I noticed there was hobbling, and there was
it was. Yeah, there's a lot of hobbling, a lot of sighing, a lot of like I'm going to kill everyone type of thing. But hey, I'm better now. The show's on. I see Tortilla, I see Sick Jones, I see the rest of the terrible board. So I'm in a good mood now.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Glad to get back to work, back to the grind. Welcome back, everybody. Of course, coming off of the Grammy Award-winning performance yesterday, Mike, you probably should have had a whole nother week off. You deserved it. You knocked that out of the park yesterday. Of course, singing "Psychosocial" by Slipknot, and it went a lot better than I even expected. Mike, getting great feedback on it, on and off the show, both. So again, good to you. Great job. I think Corey Taylor may have some competition if you ever decided to get into the music business.
Yeah, he better look out, brother, because I am coming to be the new lead singer of Slipknot.
Coming hot and heavy, baby. Welcome back to the show. This is the Two Dumb Yinzers. Lots of things to get into today. The Pittsburgh Steelers back in action tomorrow night to wrap up that preseason, the 3-game preseason against the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. It is a nationally televised game. No reason that anybody has to miss it. It is 7 o'clock start kickoff for the Steelers. Buffalo Bills tomorrow as they do wrap it up. Word already, Mike, that Josh Allen will not be playing. However, more other their starters will be used probably cautiously to a degree, and I'm sure not a lot of people is going to be competing tomorrow. Lots of things to get into today, but do not let me go any further without saying what's up to everybody on the terrible board. Good afternoon to you. Welcome back to the show. Great to see you. My man Tortilla Jackson in the house. He says, I'm in court right now trying to get JPJ paid all the way from Sacramento, California. There's Tortilla Jackson, everybody.
I love the dedication. That is a team player right there, doing what he can so we can have a full complement of cornerbacks in this secondary.
I'm all with it, baby. Let's go right here to Sick Jones from all the way across the country. He says, good morning, motherfuckers. And he comes hot and heavy with the terrible towels, the TJ Watt emojis. Everything is looking good. Also, Squeege, I have something for you as I see Squeege walking through the door. There it is, baby. Back by popular demand. Actually, Mike, I haven't used the Derpy for a while, which, again, maybe that's a fault of mine. I should be using the Derpy. I think that it's certainly entertaining. But, Squeege, you are the man. And, again, for you,
Derpy.
I'll do anything, sir. Welcome back, Squeege. Let's stay on track. I'll be right back to you, Squeege. Let me grab a couple of these messages. Aaron Jade, another classic Mike with you. Here we go, Steelers
Yes.
and the Rockets. You know, if anything gets you in the mood for the Steelers, it's Aaron Jade with those Rockets, and he does it to me, Mike, ever since we've known Aaron. Great seeing you, Aaron. Always great having you here, brother. Always great having you, man. Let's get down here to the original OG, Yinzer Joe. Yinzer Joe in the house says this: Saints are sniffing around the Steelers' locker room for a disgruntled corner. They are interested in JPJ. Trade him. Let's get a first-round pick and a player, is what Yinzer Joe is saying. Let me drop down here. Tortilla says this. He says, isn't there a saying about not cutting corners?
Yes, there is.
Shit. Well, shit. I haven't heard somebody make that point since Wendy's. I think Wendy's actually made that point, Mike. Yeah, but that's a very good play on words.
Square.
As Tortilla always comes in hot and heavy. He comes in with the mindset, I'm going to win game balls today. And I like that. I like that mindset. Always great seeing you, brother. Hope things are going good for you. Let's go right here to my man JPJ is the GOAT. Tyrone, you, my friend, have put up with the most this offseason. And again, I feel for you. I mean, this is your dude. All you want him to do is be well compensated as he's deserved and get back in action and play football as good as he does. So you can cheer on your favorite players. So you are the GOAT, my man, because, again, I think you took the brunt of it this offseason. And, again, the guys didn't take it easy on you on the terrible board. So always much recognition and much love to my man Tyrone, hanging in there. But you know what? He's a baller. He's all about that, Mike. I have no problem giving him the mad props. That's my man Tyrone. You are the GOAT, my friend.
He is the GOAT. He takes it in stride most days.
Yeah, he does.
He does. You know, some days it does get to him, which is understandable. But you know what? I mean, yes, Tyrone, you are the GOAT.
I mean, it was months and months and months of people just piling on. You know what I mean? So again, I got to give all the credit in the world. He says JPJ is the GOAT. I say he's the GOAT. He says I'm the GOAT. Yeah, there you go. Absolutely, Ty. You are the GOAT. Let's see what Yinzer Joe says. He says, oh, never mind. They say he's not worth the player or paying him $30 million. Dang it. Let's go here to Squeege. Yo, what's up, brother? Always great seeing Squeege on the board. Again, for you, my man.
Derpy.
There you go. Squeege, always great seeing you, dude. Let's go here to Tortilla. He got the shush. Tortilla Jackson, of course, all the way from Sacramento, California. Great seeing him with the shush emojicon. Let's scoot down here to Tyrone. Tyrone says this: there's no trade offers for 24. Kill that noise. Squeege again. There you go.
Derpy.
My man. Mark Malone, the man, the myth, the mustache in the house. As always, great seeing Mark. He says JPJ ain't worth much to anyone else either. Let's go here to D-Dub. D-Dub1 Jet. Let's say what's up and welcome. Welcome to the show. He says, I'd take 2 first-rounders and a second for JPJ or a pack of Marlboro Reds. Welcome to the show, D-Dub. Glad to have you here. Great to see a new face. Welcome. Jump in as you feel fit. Let's go here to Dude. Great seeing John in the house. Dude, always good seeing you, brother. We have a Steeler game tomorrow. Dude says, good afternoon, fellas. Good afternoon to you, sir. Always great seeing you. I know you're ready for that big game. Let's go back to Tortilla. He says Mark has a pocket full of grilled cheese right now. A pocket full of grilled cheese right now. We'll talk about another Mark here shortly who may also have food in his pocket. That will just be another moment or so till we get into that. Let's go to the OG original Yinzer Joe. He says this, ASJ, Asante Samuel Jr., of course, he is referring to as the GOAT. Ty, you are the GOAT. I agree. No arguments there. I would pay you. If the big money was on the table, I would give it to my man Ty because he is the GOAT. Let's go right here to Squeege. Squeege says the Derpy soundbite is just a part of the culture of the show. And you know what? I'm glad you reminded me of that. I'm glad you reminded me of that because you're right. It is part of the culture of the show, my man. Thank you. Thank you for your help and your feedback. It's always appreciated. Let me go down here a little further. John Anthony, we do recognize the name back on the show. John says this. I do want to say welcome back, John. He says, Howard is awesome. I don't care what anyone says. He will get a start this season and find his stride. I dreamt it. You know what? If that happens and it becomes a success and, it helps this team do what this team wants to do and the fans want it to do, I have nothing wrong with that. I have no problem with that. Again, I'm not a guy that's sitting on either sideline here with any of the quarterbacks. So, again, I'm all about getting the best possible person in there and finding our franchise quarterback if we can do that. So, again, if it's Will, it's Will. If it's Drew, it's Drew. Mike, the guy in the box to my left, to your right, he has a guy. I mean, his guy's Penn State. He's a Penn State guy, and he likes Drew. And Derpy on the show, he is an Ohio State guy, and he, of course, likes Will Howard. So, again, both of the guys have some skin in the race. I do not. So I'm able to sit back and kind of watch it from a pervasive view. And, again, I think that's helping me because even when Kenny, I'm a Pitt guy, when Kenny was in there, the Pitt, it clouded my mind. So, again, I'm trying to stay neutral here. And I'm trying to, again, figure out who's going to make us the most successful. John, great seeing you back on the show, brother. Always great seeing you. Thank you for being here. Mark Malone. The man, the myth, the mustache says ASJ is definitely the GOAT. Squeege says this, you guys should consider other sound bites too that correlate to the show. Also, is that someone's actual voice? It is somebody. It's nobody that we know. As a matter of fact, I can tell you where it is. It's actually kind of embarrassing for Derpy. If you would look up if you would Google Derpy, Derpy's not the only Derpy out there. There's a more popular Derpy than Derpy, if you could believe it. It's a My Little Pony. It's a My Little Pony. There's a My Little Pony called Derpy. And I do believe it's from that. I think. Again, years back when we met Derpy, I looked it up and I said, gee, I don't know. Is this a cool nickname? You want to use this? And he said, that's my name. So you know what? He's Derpy over time. We're going to stick with it. And again, a My Little Pony. I don't know. Don't shoot the messenger.
Derpy.
Let's go right here down to Tyrone. Tyrone say this. He says, I'm in a good mood. We play football tomorrow. Yes, we do, sir. And I am in a good mood for that reason as well. Always great to have you here, dude. Always great to have Tyrone. Let's go down here to Tortilla. Tortilla says Asante Samuel Jr. is the throat goat. That's why his neck is fucked up.
Oh, wow.
Mark Malone, he says this. He says, if JPJ were a top 10, we'd have trade offers galore right now. Tortilla says Mark Malone is Art Rooney's mailbox. This is mailbox. Let's scoot down here to Joe. And Ginger Joe say this. Exactly, Mark. I agree. And that was referring back to his, we'd have galore, offers galore right now. Message on the board. Let's go here to Tyrone, Mark Malone Art Burner. Mark Malone Art Burner. Let's go here to Tortilla. Tortilla says, just because we didn't trade him doesn't mean we can't, you numpty. Now that's a word I wish we had a soundbite of. The numpty, Mike, in that Irish accent.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, numpty.
Maybe we could get him to call in sometime and we could just cap his voice.
No, I don't want to hear his real voice.
Yeah, I know. I can imagine. Let's get down here to Ty. Ty says this. Yeah, Mike, Mike, you see Gonzo and Pats ain't close either on the deal, and that's JPJ's agent too. Makes you owner, huh? Let's go.
Yeah,
Wonder.
Yeah. I think it's going to be his agent's trying to see which organization he can get Blink first on a big contract to help out his other client.
Let's go right here to Mark Malone. He says there's no damage way. There's no damage way. Utards still think we're signing JPJ. LOL. Let's get back down to D-Dub. D-Dub1 says this: I'm sick of all the Will Howard and Aller talk, and I'm glad we can discuss anything else. JPJ, you for not taking millions for arm tackling like a girl on the outside. And as I am too, I'm exhausted by this quarterback conversation because, again, in reality, it's nothing that's going to, for the most part, be effective this year. This is all future stuff. So, again, I guess they're trying to take care of business in the preseason when they can, because once we start, we start. And I agree. I'm right there with you. Once all these offseason storylines kind of dissipate, I'll be fine with that, and we can get into real Steeler football. Let's go here to Ty. Ty says, whoa, DJ1, 24 is him. Lots to get into, Mike. A lot to get into. As a matter of fact, we got plenty to get into. But I do, again, want to go back to, Mike, that performance yesterday. Again, I can't believe how many people responded to your Grammy-winning performance yesterday at the end of the show. The voice of the angel of death. You came in and you killed it. You killed it, man. And that's why I say the angel of death. It's not derogatory. You nailed Slipknot.
I did. I'm like Jerry Lee Lewis. I am the killer. You cannot follow me. Like, I'm just that damn good, because whoever comes up next cannot compare to this voice. You know, I am the Grim Reaper. I am, like you said, the angel of death.
You are the angel of death. A couple things. Yeah.
I might put that under my name instead of producer. I'd just say angel of death.
You changed names like, I was going to say like Derpy changes underwear, but you actually change your names more often than he changes his underwear. So that is not a good one. But there you go. Big, sexy, Vanilla Thunder, Angel of Death. What was the other one? A Cerebral Assassin or something like this?
No. Verbal Terrorist.
You change gimmicks like a pro wrestler does.
I
don't know if it's Mankind. I don't know if it's Cactus Jack. I don't know if it's
Mick Foley's the GOAT.
Mick
so
Foley.
why Mick Foley's the GOAT? You don't see that's the great thing about having multiple personalities. I mean, multiple gimmicks. You can just rotate them in and out and stay fresh.
All right, I like it.
Keep getting over, baby. You gotta get over.
Let's get to John Anthony on the board. He says this: I don't normally have dreams like that. I don't usually buy into that kind of hooey either. The few times I've had dreams about something significant, they came true, including 9/11 and Barack Obama. Let's go here to Tyrone. He says, I'm over this offseason talk, to be honest. I want everyone paid, practicing, and ready for week one. And I think ultimately everybody does too. And again, I'm trying to figure this out, and we'll get into it a little bit. Again, we're not going to exhaust the audience with all this continuation of the talk of JPJ and quarterbacks, as most people continue to, but we will touch on it because, again, day by day, things do come up, but we will certainly get into all that here shortly. Let's go to Tyrone. Also, Tyrone says this. He says, rumors are Penix might start in week one, and you know what? I'll take that. I mean, early on, they were saying that Tua was the guy, but now that Penix is back in the mix, Mike, it's very possible that, we may see Michael Penix Jr., and I wouldn't have no problem with that.
No, like, Tua is the only quarterback to ever lose a one-man battle. Like, he was the only quarterback practicing at that point, and he was so bad. They were like, he did not win the job. Like, how bad do you have to suck at your job to be the only one up for the position and not get the position? Like, that is like,
and people wanted us to take him. People wanted us to take him in the offseason, Mike.
Right?
What about Tua? What about Tua?
Fuck, like, that dude's brain is runny and holy. It is my man, his career is over. Like, you're going, like, you kind of have an easy job down there in Atlanta. Let me find Drake London. Let me find Kyle Pitts. Let me find B. John Robinson. That's all you really got to do down there. And he can't do that. So I'm looking forward to facing him before they realize, like, hey, maybe we should play Penix. Like, just give him a chance, Stefanski. Give the vet a chance.
I'm down with whatever Atlanta wants to do, Mike. Again, what I'm seeing down there at camp is a disaster. They're having trouble just getting out of their own way in Atlanta. So again, the faster we can get to the first game of the season, which now is 18 days away, and if it's unlike Deontay Johnson continues to move forward, we will be there in 18 days playing that very first game. Deontay Johnson, of course, was 18. The reference, if you did catch it, Mike, and of course his reference of running backwards, but we are going to be 18 running forward straight to that regular season, taking on the Atlanta Falcons right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, when that does come, Mike, just 18 days from today.
leave Deontay Johnson out of your mouth.
I knew you would like that.
I will leave Kenny Pickett out of my mouth. You leave Deontay Johnson, the patron saint of route running, out of your mouth.
Well, I got a little gift for you. Ty, are you still in the house? Listen, I got a little something for you. Speaking of keep the Kenny Pickett out your mouth, keep the Deontay Johnson out of your mouth. We put something together for you specifically, Ty. Again, because you are the GOAT, I'm going to now put up on the screen something that we made specifically for Tyrone. And here it is. He's still in the house. I see him. What's up, Lindsay? Great seeing you as always. We're about to display a new picture of Tyrone getting ready for the season. There it is. Ty, all football season. Keep JPJ's name out your motherfucking mouth. There it is, baby. Just for you. We made it, Tyrone. Hope you like it, my man. Keep JPJ's name out your mouth. Let's leave it up there for a little bit, Mike. I like it. I want to look at this picture for a while as we talk. He does have his TJ Watt jersey on. I noticed, Mike.
Yeah, Ty is he supports the team, not just the players.
Absolutely.
He loves JPJ, but he also gotta love TJ Watt. So I like that. He's showing love and support for both. But yes, keep JP James' name out your mouth.
I seen it. It was similar to this, but you know what I thought? You know what? Ty's the GOAT. He deserves it. So let's leave that up there for a couple minutes. He says he loves it on the board. So a little nod to Ty. Let's leave it up there. Let's grab some messages while we do so. Scoot up just back a hair here. Let's go to okay, here we go. Yinzer Joe says this. He says, you guys really think they'll offer a new contract to JPJ before the season? And if they don't, does JPJ's play on the contract, on his current contract, which at the end of the day, he is getting paid this season. So that's a good question. Let's go. Let me finish that up. He says this. I know if he doesn't, the Steelers won't put up with it. Trade. Mark Maloney says this. They're going to cut Howard. Also, John Anthony says this. He says, I was thinking it's not entirely impossible that Howard gets another team, and that's what I was dreaming. Gets on another team, I'm sorry. D-Dub says this, being from Des Moines, he said it was always nice seeing the Slipknot guys around town. Paul Gray's parents live near us. It was too bad he passed, though. That was too bad. Again, I was big into Slipknot in the early 2000s. I've been to a couple of their shows. They were in a second stage at Ozfest one year, and I was right in front. I caught an Oreo actually thrown by Clown. I did. A piece of it. I'm sorry. It wasn't a whole Oreo. It was a piece of the Oreo. The Clown did throw an Oreo out, and I did get pieces of it. I love Slipknot, but that is really cool. That is really cool. I've heard that from different people that lives in Iowa. I've heard that in the past. People would see them around town, see them at the local bars, things like this. That is pretty cool. Let's go right here to Ty. He says, I think JPJ signs the day before week one, or the day before the week one game. Perhaps like TJ did. I'm sorry, like TJ did. It's possible, and that's I guess that's the last possible thing that we could hope for of anything being normal, perhaps this season in that situation. Let's go here to basically being the final line. After that it gets a bit sticky. Let's go back to D-Dub. He says this. Didn't have multiple Slipknot references being talked about in the Steelers show on my bingo card, though. To be honest, hey, you never know. I got to be honest with you. You just never know what will come up on this show. It's been a pretty wide range.
Yes.
Porno stars, Aurora Snow, the female adult actress of the year. She was with us a couple years on this show. There's Steelers here. All kind of interesting people over time. Like, I got to be honest with you. Do stick around. Who knows what the hell you will find on the Two Dumb Yinzers show, guys. Let's do scoot forward right here to Corey at Don't Drink That. He says, hey, yo, how's it going? My man, great seeing Corey at Don't Drink That. Corey actually is the host over at Don't Drink That. If you like conspiracy theories, government, UFOs, Bigfoot, anything of that nature, go check out Corey today. Don't Drink That. My favorite place to go for conspiracy theories. Again, I love Corey's work, and believe me, he has plenty of content for you. Do go check him out. Let's go here to Mark Malone. Funny shot Ty. Funny shot. There he is. There's Ty. You see him on the screen. Just doing what he does. Keep Jay's name out your mouth. There is Lindsay. Always great seeing her with the TJ Watt emojis. Always looking good. Let's go exchanging some pleasantries. I'm going to just scoot down past that. Mark Malone says, hey, you didn't say, hey, Daddy Mark. Again, I don't know if Lindsay's going to get into that, but yesterday Mark changing things up. He wants to be known as Daddy Malone. Daddy Malone. Let's go here to Tortilla. Tyrone more protective over JPJ Senior. Hey, got to do what you got to do.
Exactly.
How about this one? Tyrone, Mark, Yinzer Joe. Keep J's name out your motherfucking mouth. Let's go back down to John. John Anthony says this. They paid out so much money in early extensions this year. You're right. But then release game. That's an interesting take. You're right. Game wills to goes. What Tortilla is saying. Mark Malone. He says he thinks Ty wants JPJ in his mouth. Well, hey, whatever he does in his own time, that is no business of mine. Let's continue forward here. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Let's go here.
Dude says this. He says Rudolph will be traded. Tyrone says this is awesome. Had to assess. Yeah, absolutely, brother. Let's go to Yinzer Joe. Yinzer Joe says this. He says that's why. That's right, Ty. JPJ isn't worth paying or talking about. Lindsay says TJ signed before camp. You got to remember Cam Hayward. It was literally on a plane to his preseason game last year, and he's I mean, this shit happens. This is people are seeming like it's the end of the world with this situation, and I mean, could get sticky. But again, there's still 18 days before regular season even starts. Let's go here. Tyrone, not the first time. Lindsay, John Anthony says this. The culture has changed a lot in Pittsburgh. Used to barely ever mess with free agency in any significant way or give early extensions. Now it's the new norm. Bunch of crybabies. And I do want to say, John, I do make that point often on this show is you would have never seen Steelers making these free agency moves in the offseason. Never would we bring in DK Metcalf and Jalen Ramsey and the whole way down the list. This has always been a team that was homegrown. Go with the next guy up, and it is totally different now. Absolutely 100% different. And again, the names on this team would have never filled this team in the past. So again, something that has been under Omar's time. He's been, doing his thing for a while, but it is something new that I think Omar's doing. And listen, at the end of the day, I like the aggressiveness. So I like that change, Mike. I like that change.
Me too. It's just the modern way the NFL goes. We finally caught up to the rest of the league, and this is how you have to deal with contracts. It is what it is. It's a business first and foremost, and it's the ugly side of it, but we finally caught up to it.
Absolutely. Let me get through these messages, and then we could we'll blow our pictures up in just a moment, Mike. I like looking at this.
Me too. How can you not?
I know, just because. Yes, I love it. Let's continue. Let's go right here to Tortilla. Tortilla says this. You say that like you actually stopped talking about him, Yinzer Joe. Let's go to Lindsay. Okay, Tyrone. I was like, what the fuck? Tortilla says, Your Honor, can I let it be known that JPJ is the GOAT? I like the argument. Let's go here to Sick Jones from all the way across the country. He says this. I just got to say, since I found your guys' show, definitely makes the workday better. The greatest football team and the best fan base in the NFL. Y'all fuckers kick ass with the terrible towel emoji. Thank you, Sick. And you kick ass as well. Always great seeing you on the board, brother. An unfortunate message here, Mike, and this is 2. Again, this happens in 3s. I can't explain it. I don't know why. I don't know how. But yes, Tim Curry did pass away. You could all recall him from Rocky Horror Picture Show. A bunch of things. Tim Curry, of course, passes away. Was this today, Mike?
I think it was like early this morning, our time, I believe.
So there you go. That is Tim Curry and also Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton yesterday, Mike. Neither one of these two on my death pool, unfortunately. No. I'm going to have to try a little harder. Again, they're dropping like flies, and I'm not even close with my death pool. So Clint Eastwood apparently is going to live forever.
The old bastard won't die.
Lindsay says this. Lindsay won't be calling anyone daddy. Sorry, unless I have a ring on my finger. I like the way you think, sister. Got to do it. You got to do what you got to do. I don't blame you. Let's go back to Corey. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's a little gay. Hey, you know what? That's just fine, right? Let's go here to Tyrone. He says, whoa, weirdo. Also, Lindsay says this. Mark was saying that Tyrone and Steele have to call him that. Okay. All right, fair enough. I do want to stop for a moment and jump to the top of the board to catch the super chat. Best podcast on earth by Finchy. Thank you, my friend. As always, Finch, you are the man. You're always the man. You're always going to be the man. And again, thank you for that super chat. It's greatly appreciated, my friend.
Thank you, brother.
Let's get back onto the board right here. Tortilla, he says, if TJ gets us a ring, I'll call him Daddy too. You know what? And so will Mike. Listen to this. If the Steelers win the Super Bowl, then Mike will call him Daddy all the time as well. How's that?
Who am I calling Daddy?
Yeah, let's go to the next message.
whoa.
I don't know. You can call somebody Daddy. I don't know who yet. Let's continue. Go right here.
The only thing I do is Lindsay, I got a ring.
Hey now. The hell is that? A lifesaver? What are you doing?
It's a ring.
Oh.
It's a piece of metal that's circular.
Are you proposing to Lindsay on air?
No, I'm just saying there's a ring.
Let's continue forward, please, before you get yourself in any legal situations here. You're going to be legally, documentedly, what's the word I'm looking for? Bound if you don't watch out. Let's continue to go right down here to Tyrone. Tyrone says this, I just love JPJ. He's my favorite player, and I respect his game a lot. TJ is different, Lindsay says. I agree. There's the TJ Watt emojis on the board. Lindsay says him and Morgan Wallen can get that title. Lindsay says, Tyrone, he says this, Lindsay, some pod last night, Browns Bengals fan says TJ won't get 10 sacks. A couple more. We're going to get into some topics here, guys. Yinzer Joe, he says, all I know is he's under contract. Once it reaches regular season, he's screwed because the Steelers don't negotiate during the season. And this is why I'm hoping we see something, if it's going to happen positively for him and his contract, that we do see it within these next 18 days so we can start focusing. I do just have some things to talk about in this regard today. We do have a lot to get into. So let's go right back here to John Anthony. He says, I like Pittman. He's a Pittsburgh type dude. I like him too. I'm ready for some Pittman. I'm ready for, a lot of things coming up this season, to be honest with you. There's some things you want to see get fixed, but there's certainly a lot of things that I'm certainly ready for. And Michael Pittman in the wide receiver room, at least the top end of that top wide receiver room, Mike, is something to give us to be excited about now. Yeah,
I like the top two receivers. I like Bernard. After that is kind of shaky, but you know what? Hopefully those two that's going to elevate the passing game. Two guys that can compete at a high level.
I agree. Again, I'm looking forward to Michael Pittman and the other additions, of course. There's a lot going on with this team. And again, if we had an hour to talk about it, I could give you everything I'm excited about. And but we got a little bit more we're going to get into today I think you're going to like as well. Do stick around, everybody. We got a lot going on. Let's go here. Tortilla, worst collab ever. Lindsay says this, well, we know Browns fans are idiots. Go worry about your quarterbacks and his massages. Tyrone says this, Yinzer Joe, thanks, Captain August. 18 days. Down here to Tortilla, JPJ will intercept negotiations. Also, Corey, don't drink that. Dolly Parton didn't die. She just transferred her soul into a younger body. So does that mean her rack is saved? Let's continue. Let's go right here to Ty. He says, I got it. Ryan, Mike, JPJ will wait it out the next 2 weeks to see what he can get. And then the last week signs Sunday so he can be in practice that Monday. I just want to see him on the field and playing and being into it. You know what I mean? When it all comes down to it, when we start playing, I don't want to see anybody dragging ass. I don't want to see anybody, and not for the wrong reasons, because obviously there's something going on. There's an issue and you're having trouble getting this contract taken. I'd like to see everybody kind of be into it. And I hope that's where we're at game time. 1:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in just 18 days. Let's go here to Derpy Parton. The goat tie right there, the goat. John Anthony says the Illuminati has to make room on their spaceships and in their bunkers. That's why they're dropping like flies. Never know. Let's go here to Lindsay. She got the Watts up there. That's who, with the TJ Watt emojis. Looking good.
Okay.
Again,
I would not be calling him that.
What?
I would not be calling TJ Watt Daddy.
Oh, is that what she's saying? You have to call him Daddy?
Yeah. Like, no.
What? Not even anything to win a Super Bowl?
No.
Interesting.
No. Interesting. I only call Sauce Daddy.
Well, he's not here, so when he's not here,
but I'm not gonna, talk about another.
Well, wait a minute. I have a note here. I have a note here that says Sauce says that you don't say nice things to him anymore. So I don't know.
I told him I say nice things to him in private all the time.
I got several notes here that All right. We'll wait. If Sosh comes in, we're going to deal with this today. Let's continue down on the board. Also, I have something a little special at the end of the show. I think we're going to try something moving forward. Again, do stick around. I'll tell you all about it. I think you're going to love it. Let's go here to Tortilla. He says, you don't make room for a spaceship. You fly it. And then finally, Corey says this. He says, Sosh, sorry, buddy. TJ is threatening your place in Mike's life. So maybe that's what it all comes down to is Sosh, the Sosh effect. Let's go ahead and tie off the screen, Mike. Let's get us back to our regular screen, and we will get into some topics again. Welcome back to the show. This is episode 1022 of the Two Dumb Yinzers.
Let's go.
My Trey Essex thinks that the Spencer Anderson has locked up the right guard job. You've had some arguments with Trey Essex on X, formerly known as Twitter. You've definitely ran your bouts against him. Mike, at the end of the day, is he right? Does Spencer Anderson basically have that position locked up at the moment? What else can we do in the next 18 days?
Not much we can do. It's kind of like Spencer Anderson's by default. We put over eggs into him and Brock Hoffman basket. So, yeah, I guess may the best man win. It's a downgrade from what we had last year because we had McCormick there. With Sayamalo at left, which he wasn't the Sayamalo of old, but he's still better than these two that we have. Battling for the right guard spot. So he's played better than Hoffman, but that's like saying I'm just as good looking as Danny DeVito.
You?
Yeah, actually, me and Danny DeVito are two good-looking guys.
I was going to say, I'm not a gay man, but I think you're better looking than Danny DeVito. He's a midget. I mean, come on, for one. Spencer Anderson, again, there is not much that we could do at this point, Mike. And again, right now, Trey Essex does believe that he does have that right guard position, and Brock is obviously the other name, and Brock's definitely not blown anything out of the water.
God, no, he has not. No, he's been a big disappointment. I was not a fan of this signing when it happened. He was a backup in Dallas. Started a handful of games, was not impressive in any of them. I just did not see any appeal of signing him other than, he played with McCarthy in camp in Dallas. That was it.
And here we go. Finch, even at the top of the board, says, Mike, you're twice the man. And I argue that. I say you are 4 times the man that Danny DeVito is. Take that however you want, Mike. But there you go. Finchy says that you are twice the man that Danny DeVito is.
I take that.
Let's go continue on the board. Let's go down here. I just got to reset here on my end to find where we're at.
Twice the man.
I did miss
4
a little
times the man. It's Danny DeVito. I don't know why he popped into my head.
He's an ugly dude. I mean, come on. Let's continue. Let's go right here to Mark Maloney. Says what Mike doesn't tell you is that is a cock ring or a cocktail ring. I'm sorry, or the cock ring, of course. Let's go right here.
That's a bit big. I mean, a bit small.
Yeah, that's definitely big for you.
Definitely
big for you.
Small.
Let me grab a couple more. I don't want to get too far off a track here. Let me grab Corey says that John, don't get me started. This is the wrong podcast for that, but I will entertain it elsewhere. Do go check out Corey. John, he's a friend of the show. He supports us, and I recommend him highly. As a matter of fact, he's the only conspiracy theory podcast that I do go to anymore. I used to have an array, but I don't go outside of Corey anymore. Good stuff, plenty of content. Go check him out as it's written on his name there. Don't Drink That is the name of this podcast right here on YouTube. Squeech says this Will Smith meme is killing me. You know what? I put that together this morning at about 4 o'clock, and I just could not wait. I could not wait to get it over to Mike. And so good with the Will Smith. Let's go here to Lindsay, me too. John Anthony says, hey, they brought up the death board. People dropping like flies. They sure are, man. And again, who's number 3 going to be? Do we want to upgrade do we want to update our death pool now? Because, I mean, we know somebody's coming. If we just lost Dolly and we just lost Curry, somebody's got to be coming within the next week. Who do you want to grab? You want to make a new death pool real quick?
Yeah.
Go ahead. You go first. You know what? Think on it. We'll get back at about the halfway point of the show and we'll make it official. How's that?
All right. Yeah, we'll do that.
because I have to really focus on this. This is something that's requires my attention. Let's go here to Tyrone. He says, can't wait to see Jeremy tomorrow. Hope the quarterback sees him and he's open. Speaking of quarterbacks, I know that Ben has suggested, Roethlisberger, of course, that he wants to see Drew Aller in the first half and start this football game tomorrow, as do I.
Yeah.
And not for any other reason, Mike, besides you gave him all second halves so far. If you're only playing the two kids, you might as well let Drew play the top-end competition. And again, who knows what kind of competition that's going to be in game 3 of a preseason. But me as a fan, that's what I want to see. And me as a person, I just kind of think that that's a fair move. Let's take a look at Drew. And again, maybe Howard could have a little bit different luck this week around against lower players on the tiers. But Ben, Mike, do you agree? Should Drew Aller be playing first half football tomorrow night?
Like for me as a fan perspective, yeah, I want to see that. But like maybe their internal plan, like I said, I think their internal plan is like they know Drew. For them, they think he's the future. Let's just keep running him out there. Let him keep working on those little things. But this coaching staff, they probably want to see, can Will Howard do enough to justify, one, in keeping him, and two, justify trading Mason Rudolph instead, or getting rid of Mason Rudolph and going with the two young quarterbacks. So I think they're going to run Will out there against the better competition to see if he has what it takes to be a backup quarterback right now in the NFL. I think that's just where they're at with him, and with Aller, it's like they just want to keep the development going along, keep right now him with good positive reps, and not push it too much because they don't want to. I don't want to say ruin his psyche, because the kid's been open to coaching and criticism ever since he got here, but maybe just don't want to take one step forward, one step back with him this preseason. Just keep it positive moving forward with him, and let him work on the little things with the bottom end guys. But see what they have with Howard against the top end guys. That might be their eternal.
I got to be honest
process,
with you, Mike,
but I agree with you. I want to see it flipped. Personally, I want to see it flipped.
According to another fat man in town, Mike, he's saying that the last Will Howard job wasn't as bad as we thought it was. I'll get to that in just a second. Again, very interesting comments by the fat one here in town. Very interesting, as always. I'll get to that in just a moment. Let me catch up on some more messages. Let's go here to Lindsay. She says, oh my God, Tortilla is on one today. He sure is. JPJ is like Jada Smith for real. Let's go down here a little bit is what, of course, she's referring to. Yinzer Joe says 18 days till JPJ is traded. Mark Malone says, sadly, I think he stays on the roster and holds out, Joe. John Anthony says this, I just hope Watt stays healthy. Probably the last year for the big guy in the middle, too. He is now 37. We're going to talk about this defense and some of its players here shortly. Tortilla says, wake me up when September starts. That's right, baby. Great seeing you, as always. Love Tortilla. He is on it today. Tyrone says, oh, Lord, not Anderson, not Spencer. Lindsay says, can we get transcripts of those arguments, please? Tyrone says, wait, Mike, you got a Twitter? He does. Go check it out, Mike. If you want to tell him about your Twitter, because, again, he just started working on a different project with it, and it'd be great to have other people and new people join, Mike.
Yeah. I do my stuff. I posted in chat, V Thunder 6969. So anyone check it out. Ty, I just saw you get up on there. I followed you back, brother. So yeah, V Thunder 6969.
Check him out. Always seems to be arguing with somebody on Twitter. So follow Vanilla Thunder on Twitter.
Thunder has a little fun over on there. He's an old guy trying to figure out Twitter.
That's all right. Let's go here to Squeege, sending us the happy poop. We love happy poop. There's one thing you know about us. We do love happy poop. Thank you, Squeege. Always appreciated. Also, Squeege follows up this by saying, my back hair looks better than Danny DeVito. Let's go to Finchy. Finchy says, Mike, you were twice the man of Danny DeVito. Also, Derpy DeVito, Tortilla saying on the board. Finch is the GOAT. Tyrone is saying Corey. Corey says that Mike. Hell yeah, Danny DeVito ain't got no knees.
And my knees don't work.
You have knees, but they don't work. So there you go.
Yeah, that right there is a toss-up. Like my knees are marginally better than Juju Smith-Schuster's knees right now. So it's not that good.
All right. Let's go here to Yinzer Joe. He says, you guys talking about Mike's weight? How rude. Well, shit, I don't know. Who's talking about Mike's weight? You bastards.
For those fucking assholes.
Let's go to John. John says, John Anthony, I'm sorry. He says, I measure a man by how he takes care of his family, period. Let's go down to Ty, followed Mike. All right, there you go. Everybody do get on and follow him. Vanilla Thunder. Might just pop up there if you do follow him. Let's go Tortilla. I don't measure men that's sus.
If you didn't say that last night, big boy, I mean...
Lindsay says MVS measures men for sure. Chad is the goat. Finchy with the teeth. There they are, Finch's teeth. Everybody, if you like the emojis you're seeing, yes, that is Vanilla Thunder. If you do see him with the headband on, yes, that is Finch's teeth. If you're wondering what the smiling vagina is, and finally, the naked guy is, of course, shirtless Derpy. Still a bit shook by the shirtless Derpy episode here almost a year ago. It's coming up real quick. Guys, you could get those. Also, the terrible towel, the fist logo, all those catchphrases from the show. Guys, that is the membership only. It's $1.99 a month. You could cancel at any time. There's no obligation. But if you do want to get involved on the board, as you were saying, a lot of people do have fun with these emojis. I dig them. I like them on other stuff that I watch. It's $1.99, guys. You could have access to all these emojis. You will get the badge also next to your name. And there would be more perks as we do go along. This is just something we started less than a month ago. And it's going well. So, again, if you do want to join the membership, however, if you just want to if you want to follow our page and want to subscribe, that's nothing. That costs nothing. It's free. It's always free. It's always going to be free. You can hit that sub button on the right below me, actually, depending on what you're watching. Hit that sub button, and you could always have a reminder to let you know if you're having trouble remembering when the show starts or things of that nature. You can set the notifications for free, and it'll let you know to hop on in. Do either jump on. Again, the subscription is free, but the membership, $1.99, but there are some perks with that, guys. If you're wondering how a lot of these cool emojis are popping up on the screen, let's go here to Tyrone. Guys, Thunder followed me back. I'm famous. Let's go here. Lindsay loves MVS. Lindsay does love MVS. Let's go here to Tortilla. MVS knows everyone's height. Lindsay says, yes, I do. Finchy says, rough week to be born in 1946. And then, you know what? Corey makes a good point here, Mike. He says Curry was the third leg of this trifecta. Hayden Pantier, the chick that died, was she 36? Died on the 16th, which is 10 days ago. So I guess that's the three right there. Maybe you lucked out, Mike. We could not worry about your health for another 6 months at least, right?
Yeah, I should be good then. I'm good.
All right. Them knees, that's different.
Them knees are different. Them knees have been dead since I was like 12. Like, dude, they literally started cracking when I was like 12. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
That's crazy. That's crazy talk, man. All right, let's go right here. Hey, you're right, Corey. You know what? We don't. We'll make a new death poll, but I don't feel as urgent now. Like, we don't have to stop the show to do it. We'll do it another day. Because that appears to be the three right there. Tyrone, he says, yeah, I want to see that and what we got. I'd play him 3/4, Mark Malone would say. Yeah, we can't either, John. I didn't know her, but I know her from things. But again, 36 years old. Crazy. Can't believe she's dead. Something fishy about that. She was doing... Why does celebrity murder, or why does celebrities' deaths always seem suspicious? They just always do. They never die normal deaths. Let me finish that. He says the Russian mob got rid of her for Klitko. Let's go here to Lindsay. Lindsay says, Mark, you don't want Mason out there. Mark says, no fucking way. Let Mason go. Let him play. He's too important, Lindsay. Yes, they do. John Anthony says Aller was rumored to be the future trade capital. Tortilla says this. Mark lets Magnums go all the time. Follows that up by saying this. We don't talk about future trade capital or preseason A-Rod around here.
No, we do not. I'm
going to get into that real close in just a few minutes, and I think somebody's going to agree with me. So, again, just hang tight, everybody. A lot to get into today. Lots to get into. I do want to try and stay caught up on the board, though. Let me go right here to Tyrone. Brisker and Day was back in pads yesterday. That was true. Brisker and Sebastian Joseph Day, they were dealing with some kind of injuries, but they seem to be okay. Back in pads. Not real sure on their injuries, but it doesn't seem to be anything serious. Lindsay says, where the fuck is Thunder? Thunder.
Thunder. What about Vanilla Thunder? He's here in spirit. He'll be here tomorrow. Actually, Vanilla Thunder has informed me he'll be on camera tomorrow.
All right. Mark Malone says Brisker has to get his ass in gear. Tortilla says your mom's ass is in gear. Corey says you're killing me, Mike. Let me be on your side. Finchy says I was not referring to Mike's weight. I was referring to the fact that Mike is 7 foot 14 inches tall. It was me. I was, of course, referring to his weight.
You know where the 14 inches is.
You do got some large ass forehead.
His forehead.
That's a long ass forehead, brother.
It's fucking. I mean, look at this.
All right. Come on. People want to eat this afternoon. What are you doing? Just kidding. You have a beautiful. There you go. Even more beautiful. I like this.
Actually, yeah. I'm still here. I'm still listening. I just gotta do something off camera real quick.
Yeah, you're good.
That did not sound right.
All right. You just focus on what you're doing. Let me focus what I'm doing. Let's go right here. Corey says this. Let me be on your side. I'm sorry I did get that. Let's drop down to Finch for a moment here. Finch says we did get that as well. Mount Thunder. Tortilla's saying. Tyrone, y'all see the Ravens center out for more issues with them Ravens. Again, I'm telling you, the division looks like shit. A lot of problems around this division. Browns especially.
Mount Thunder, that's my finishing move in the bedroom.
And you know the thing about the Browns is, I mean, they're a team that's beaten us. We beat the Ravens twice last year.
Yeah.
And people always think, you don't have to worry about the Browns, but you do.
You do.
We can't beat them. I mean, we have another Thursday night game? I think we have another Thursday night game. So up there.
Yeah, that's what I was. I was right. We're right there in same thought, brother. That Thursday night game in Cleveland, short week for us. I forget who we played the week before, but I think it's a tougher opponent. I think just about every other team is a tougher opponent to Cleveland. But yeah, that's like a trap game. You know, it has trap games written all over.
Why are you so concerned about the dysfunction of the Cleveland Browns? The Ravens? No, we beat the Ravens 10 of the last 11 regular season games, Mike.
Yeah.
The Browns beat us every year, and especially if you're giving us that Thursday night oddball game. So again, I'm totally focused on listen, I'm not giving them love or credit or anything, but I'm just saying you better be prepared and keep an eye on what's going on with the Browns, Mike, because they will beat you.
Yeah, that is their Super Bowl. That Thursday night game at home against the Steelers, that's their game of the year. They get amped up for that shit.
They do. And they always have. You're right.
Yeah, and we play that's early in the year. Yeah, so we play them
3 or 4, game 3 or 4.
Week 4, and we play Cincinnati.
Cincinnati 3.
So we play a tough divisional opponent. Then we got to play them at home on a short week.
So we have Atlanta, New England, Cleveland, and then Cincinnati to start the year.
Cincinnati, then Cleveland.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's doable. But again, you can't sleep on Cleveland. You just can't. If you're the Steelers. It's interdivisional. Nobody knows you better than your own division. And again, they've showed it for the last how many years?
Yeah.
We're struggling winning that Thursday away game up there. Let's go here. It is. Mark Malone says Derpy should always wear a bra instead of a shirt on a show. I'm open for that. As long as he keeps them pups covered. I don't want us to get docked for anything explicit. Let's go to Corey. Says thank you, Ravens. Or the fragile, or at tie, Ravens are fragile birds. There's Finch. You got all the emojis looking good there. Rimsey is back too.
Rimsey.
Let's go to Aaron. There's the terrible towels. My man Aaron Jade. Ty looking good. She says you mean Ramsey. She says I'm Rimsey. Get the hell out of here with that. Ragu, I do want to say what's up to you, brother. Always great seeing Ragu. He says, hey y'all, will Aller start tomorrow? We're still waiting for the official word. Ragu, it might come while we're on the air. It might come later. It might come tomorrow. But again, Ben Roethlisberger, he'd like to see Drew Aller in the first half. Yeah. I'd like to see Drew Aller in the first half. Mike would like to see Drew Aller in the first half. Give us a little bit of Drew Aller in the first half, huh?
Yeah, for selfish reasons, I want to see it. I don't care what your internal plans are, Mike McCarthy. Feed the beast, feed the fans. We want to see Drew Aller
That's
first.
Right. Squeech says this. He says, you saying you only watch Don't Drink That for his style of content. I can see I used to watch like 6 other Steeler podcasts, and now I listen to this one. Too dumb Yinzers to go. Thank you so much, Squeech. And we feel the same way about your content, bro. I went over there again the other day, and then I was watching it again. I love what you do because it's something that I would have loved to totally do if I would have had that the resources to do that at points in my life. I would have totally done that, and I love it. And again, very, very lucky to know you guys, and again, your content. Go check everybody out right here on the page. It's marked Saturday Network Sharing. Just scoot down a little bit. You can check out Corey at Don't Drink That. You could check out Squeege TV. Also, you could go to his page right here on YouTube, spelled just as it is on his name here, Squeege TV. There was some cool stuff that was put up this Saturday. Do go check it out, everybody. I do recommend it. Let me scoot down here. Ty says, no Rimsey. Ragu says, Finch, hello, Steeler fan. Yinzer Joe, he says, put JPJ on Cleveland's practice squad. No one will know he's there. Or wow.
That shot's fired right there.
He's coming with it too. JP, I'm sorry, Joe. Yinzer Joe and Ty. I'm sorry, Tortilla. Yinzer Joe and Tortilla. They're ready today, baby. They're bringing it. Let's go to Ragu. He says this finally cooled off a little bit here as Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I'm glad to hear that, my friend. And unfortunately for us, it's going to start getting colder. At least down in South Carolina, you guys kind of keep it warm. Even when it's cool, it's kind of warm. But again, it's football weather. We'll take it. Tortilla says this, Mike, Cleveland's practice squad is the WNBA. Squeege says this, I'm with you, man. He says the big forehead gang. What's up? Ragu says this. Ragu says your forehead goes all the way to the back of your neck, Mike. It's like a 9 head.
I wouldn't say it's that big of a forehead.
Well,
it's not that big.
Let's go right here. Instead of arguing at that point, let's go to Yinzer Joe. Yinzer Joe says this, Ravens let Lindenbaum go, and now they have no good center. LOL. Are they expected to win the division? I'm sure they are. You know what? Their odds are good to make the Super Bowl. I don't have it in front of me, but they're a top 5 team to make the Super Bowl this year. Believe it or not. 100% true. The Ravens, by odds, are a top 5 team to go to the Super Bowl this year. Unbelievable what's going on. There it is, Steeler Freak. I do want to say what's up to Big John Stud. Middle name Mud. Always great seeing you, brother. He says there's the 5 head. There's that 5 head.
He's shortchanging me.
I would agree. Let's go down a little bit more here. We are got a lot to get into today. We do got a lot to get into, Mike. I'm going to go to Mark Malone says, I bet they do start him. I don't know. I'm not sure who Mark's talking about. He's probably talking about talking about Magnum.
Probably. That's his boy, man. Find you some of the way Mark Malone loves Magnum.
Hey, you know what? You will never be lonely. You will never be lonely.
Even when you want to be.
Yes. Let's go to Squeege. Squeege says, it's not easy for me. All my videos are entirely done. It's impressive, dude. Keep doing what you're doing. You can just continue, man. Let's go. Lindsay says this, Aaron should be out there. And you know what, Lindsay? You're not wrong. And you know who else agrees with us? Brian McFadden. Brian McFadden makes this comment, guys. The offense chemistry could be an issue if Aaron Rodgers don't play a snap in preseason. Call me crazy for saying this all along, but duh. You think? I mean, it's only a very, very skilled thing to do is play the highest level of quarterback in the NFL, where things is constantly changing and people are constantly changing schemes and moving people and hiding things. And to me, I would just love to see my starting quarterback just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit in that month when everybody else is on the field participating at some point. And you know what? Brian McFadden was a Super Bowl winner with us here in Pittsburgh, Mike. He says the offensive chemistry could be an issue if Aaron Rodgers doesn't play a snap in preseason. Now that we're getting a little closer and things are starting to be, things are starting to make us worried a little bit because we're getting closer. It's actually starting to sound like it could be an issue now. All of a sudden, a month and a half ago, the guy's a Hall of Famer. The guy played for 23 years. He don't have to play. It kind of makes sense. We're human beings. It's a highly skilled job.
Yeah.
You might want to keep them skills as sharp as you possibly can.
Yeah, just get out there a series or two, like 8, 9, 10 stats. Get in, get out, go home. Just break the rust off. Get reacclimated to the speed. That way there's no sluggishness the first couple drives against.
There's no explanation, Mike. The thing is, listen, and I'm sorry for cutting you off. I truly am.
Yeah.
I truly apologize, but there really is no explanation for this. he should be to some capacity involved. Again, if it's a very small amount, which it should be, at least show them other guys on the team how to get it done. Get out there, prove by example. What you're doing by example is standing on the sideline. These guys have to get used to you. You don't have to get used to them. That's fine. I trust that, whether it's true or not. These guys have to get used to you. They have to get used to you. They have to get used to you. And again, if you're doing this in the middle of a game because something didn't go your way during a game, don't blame that player because you could have been sharpening those skills all along.
Prime example.
Call me crazy.
Prime example. Last week, Roman Wilson, when we
saw
that the drifting upfield, because we're hearing in practice he's looking good, he's looking sharp, but then we watch the game film and we notice his routes drift or everyone else is in line. Just a couple snaps out there with him in live action, just to get reacclimated with Roman to for a better teaching moment with him, where there's no stakes whatsoever. Go out there, make that mistake with him, then you can sit on the sideline the rest of the game and analyze and talk and stand there with him and go, look, see how so and so's running this route, run it like that, or see what they did drifted right there. That's what you're doing to me. Look what happens. A handful of snaps like that, just to get everyone back on the same page. It's that, hey, we're getting close to the real thing. Just a little dress rehearsal, handful of snaps, just a couple of passes, get in, get out, and go home. And if it looks like the O-line can't handle it right now in the preseason with Rodgers in there, yank them quickly, because that's another big issue you'd have to worry about. But just get him out there. It's just that timing thing. I know, through a lot of his career, he didn't play a lot in the preseason. He won MVPs doing that. A little older now, let's break the rust off, because the mind's still there, but is the body going to be there? Might as well get it warmed up just a little bit with a couple live action throws.
Mike, you even talking about your health with your knees? How many times you thought to yourself, I could do this? I'm fine.
No.
You know what I mean? You're human, bro. Yeah. You're human, Aaron. Again, yes, you are a Hall of Famer. Yes, you're a 4-time MVP. Yeah. But yes, you are a human as well, and you're going to be 44 years old. Yeah. Bro. I'm just saying, show the team that you're part of this team. Yes, you're very helpful. Listen, good things are good with him at camp. There's nothing bad, but show the team that you're willing to get out there and get into the foxhole with the team. This is my leader. This is who I want to fight with because he shows me that he wants to get in that foxhole with me, and he has faith in me. He has faith with me having his back, and I want to have faith with him having my back. Again, to me, it's more than what the simple things people were saying. Well, the guys, I get all that. I get it, but again, please don't be upset with your receivers. No. If any of these mistakes are made within the first 3 weeks of the season, because you had ample opportunity to make sure it could be as sharp as can be. Now, with that being said, I'm going to turn a 180 here. I'm going to do a 180. Guys, Landon Robert, of course, he joined the team last week, did get to play in the preseason. Landon Roberts, pushing to play in the preseason finale. He says he needs to get some things ironed out. Let me read that one more time. Landon Roberts is pushing to play in the final preseason game because he needs to get some things ironed out. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah. Because you're never going to be perfect. Why wouldn't you want to be as prepared as you can be? Yeah. And again, show the guys around you that defense is going to respect the shit out of this guy. E-Rob just joined the team. He led the team in tackles on last Friday night, and now he wants to play the last game because there's things that he wants to work on because he knows he's not perfect. Damn good.
Yeah.
So again, I hope Aaron is good. I hope the offense works in the first 3 weeks because again, you get behind the 8 ball in those first 3 weeks, Mike. You're facing a tough part of the second half of the schedule to try to keep even beyond that.
Yeah, I know, last year that first game against the Jets. Rodgers in the offense looked good, but it was the Jets defense. They're one of
that's not the point, D-Dub. It's not the point that he's not comparable. You're right. It's like apples and oranges, but it's the point. The point is what's being driven home. It has nothing to do with the players itself.
Yeah, it's like one knows, hey, what I got out there, things were not up to snuff on my end. I know I need to tighten up a little bit. And if someone's not out there, not practicing or not playing, and it just practicing, how do they know when things are up to snuff or not? Because it's a different speed from practice to game. And then once you get from preseason game to the live action in the regular season, it's a different speed as well. It's all about ramping up, training the mind and the body for each step of the way. So when you get to the regular season, everything's firing at that high level. If you're just a little bit lagged behind because you thought you were good and you didn't need that extra step, turns out you may have needed it for just even if it was just a handful of snaps.
I mean, Aaron was so great last year. I mean, come on.
Week 1 last year was good, but week 2 was rough, and week 3 was rough.
And you got to remember, week 1 we played the Jets, which was a team that does seem improved now, but they didn't have a single interception last year. So again, you can't really go by the Jets. Let me catch this last point because I'm trying to figure out what he's saying. D-Dub says the point makes no sense then, which it totally does. Landon Roberts, who wasn't even on a team comparable to a starting quarterback. Again, you're totally letting it fly over your head then. If that makes no sense to you, I don't know what to tell you, D-Dub. I'm talking about guys being prepared. Guys that want to be out there. Okay, Landon, yes, he's new on the team. So again, I see what your argument is. But at the end of the day, these are human beings preparing for the highest skilled job in their field. Again, you're not playing guys in college. You're going to be playing guys across from you that are getting paid millions of dollars to do what they do, like you, because they're amazing. Don't you think somebody should kind of, for a couple reasons, have the team around you see that you're ready to be in the foxhole with them? For one, the morale of the team. It's a big thing, believe it or not. For two, he's 43. And as Mike said, you don't feel the same way. You may think the same way in your 40s, but you don't react the same way. Even though you feel that you could do it, you did it a million times, you're still older. You still have to prepare. And again, don't look rusty in the first three games. That's all I'm saying. If what you're saying is true, then he'll be fine. And first 3 games will be fine because he didn't need to sharpen the skills. Let me continue on. He says, if Rodgers gets hurt in preseason, it is football, D-Dub. It is football at the end of the day. I mean, if he wasn't making millions of dollars or he was a ballerina, perhaps those would be big-time issues. But at the end of the day, bro, if you can't drop back and throw 3 passes in a period of time, you're going to be what we're hoping gets us to the Super Bowl? Come on, that's crazy talk.
If, a star quarterback.
No, I'm not saying that he's not prepared. I'm saying the team around him needs to be prepared. Do you think all those rookies are prepared? You think that they don't need their quarterback out there? That's insane. Your take is insane.
Yeah, what's the difference between Rodgers getting hurt here and then on the first snap like he did with the Jets?
Absolutely. What if he goes out next week and gets hurt? Then there you go.
Like if he gets hurt in the preseason, you have more time to recover by the time the season starts because it's a 2-week gap. You would miss less games, and now you have time for ramp up for those couple weeks with the backup quarterback in there, installing an offense that they can run comfortably. You have more time to prepare.
And this is why you don't get it.
First couple of seasons.
And this is why you don't get it. He says, Moreau, these guys are getting paid. Fuck Moreau. Well, it is a thing still.
It is.
Paid or not, you still got to get motivated.
Yeah.
There's got to be some kind of, listen, tell me the guys that got paid millions of dollars don't get lazy at the end of their contract sometime. They're still millionaires. They're still paid. Why aren't they playing their high level? Why do they only play high level when it's time for contract? And finally, I don't need to hear about fucking morale for some guy making $20 million. Well, that's why you're missing the whole point, because it's bigger than what it is that you're trying to justify. They're human beings.
If morale isn't important, why do coaches and players give fiery speeches before and during the game?
All right, guys, let's get out there, do your thing. I have nothing to say. There's nothing to pump you up. I have no morale boost. See how dumb your argument is? It's literally dumb.
It's comical.
It is comical.
Yeah.
Let's continue on, though, because, again, I think that it's silly. Because, again, apparently he's not human. He's a robot and doesn't need to be prepared at 44 years old. Again, we think we're a lot younger than we are when we get older sometime. Let's continue, though. Don't want to miss anything today. Also, guys, again, Landon Roberts excited. He wants to be out on that field.
Yes.
There's nothing about Aaron that tells me he wants to be out there. Matter of fact, he admitted, I don't want to be out there. Yeah. This is nothing for me. The other people, 52 other guys on the team too, Aaron. I'm just saying. 52 other guys on the team. Let's continue down on the board. Let's go right here to Corey. Corey, don't drink that. At Ty, yeah, it's tough, but so are we. I don't want an easy schedule anyway, because if we want to win at all, we have to be ready to compete in January. We won't get there by playing AFC East and NFC South. Let's go to Ty. Agree. I'm ready for the challenge. Corey says this: we need to beat the Denvers, the KCs, the Eagles, and the Texans. That's exactly it too.
Yeah.
We have to figure out a way to beat the good teams in the conference.
Yep.
Otherwise, you're going to run into one and dones for the next how many years until we get it figured out, Mike?
Yeah, because for the longest time, we've been performing well against like the bottom feeders, struggling against the top handful of teams, and then that middling pack of, what the rest of the conference we play well against. Is when you have to go play those top 3 to 4 teams, that's where we struggle. And the ceiling of or the gap between those top 4 teams in that middle pack where we are right now, it has shrunk. KC's not once what they were. Same thing can be said with Buffalo. And if you want to throw Denver and New England up there, it kind of both showed in the playoffs. The gap is not that far off between Pittsburgh and those teams. And, the Ravens don't scare me at all because, like Ryan said, with 10 of the last 12, 10 of the last 11, we've beaten them. So they don't scare me. So if Pittsburgh needs to come out hot on offense and defense, so by the time we get to that tougher part of the schedule, we can roll into those games, not only just hang with them, but beat them and show that we belong in that top tier of the league. We've been hanging close to it, but haven't been able to bridge the gap. But that gap has shrunk considerably the past 3 to 4 years. And this should be the time we start making huge strides to catch up with those top 4 teams.
Well, we're about past the point of seeing the new guy. I mean, right now, guys, there's a lot of things that's not going to change by tomorrow night.
Ooh.
I mean, you've seen 66% of preseason so far, and I think unless something is just abnormally out of context, out of character, out of the norm, Mike, you pretty much have your team and the idea of what you're going to get.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nobody that, unless Caleb Johnson comes out and runs for 130 yards on 6 carries on it, there's not really much of a conversation left.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple positions, and they're the positions that we've been following all along. But other than that, Mike, we learned what we needed to learn in preseason. How many more opportunities do you need to show what you got? Again, 66 out of 100% is where we're at this point. If there's anything that we learn tomorrow that is new to us, I would be very surprised. Tomorrow, again, Mike, the last game against the Buffalo Bills in the preseason, Sunday at 6 o'clock, they'll be cutting down from 90 to 53 players. That's when it's going to be. So this time, starting next week, we will have our 53-man roster once we start the show on Monday. Mike, just a couple days away. Again, tomorrow, the NFL preseason continues with the Steelers in Western New York taking on the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, this game right here is more or less for the guys on the bottom of the roster to confirm what the coaches have seen. Like, hey, okay, we can trust you. We've seen 3 games worth of film. Like, okay, we're going to give you a chance. Or, you know what? We've seen enough. You have not improved. You've actually gotten worse. Go ahead and pack your shit and good luck and get out of here. And that's what this game's for, because we kind of know the 53-man roster. We can more or less rattle it off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Probably within a handful, 5 players. We can have.
That's usually what it is. There's a 5. It doesn't change much, Mike. You know what I mean? We generally say that every year, and it's generally true.
Yeah. Well, what these last handful of games, it's going to determine. If Roman Wilson doesn't show better routes, he might be in danger of not making the team, or they're going to go out and sign a veteran that usually gets cut in these wave of cuts that you see bounce around at this time of the year. Wouldn't be surprised if we take a look at wide receiver and guard after these cut downs. So, that first 53-man roster won't be the one that we're going to open up with, and it's going to give a good indication of who's still on the bubble and who's not. And then take a look at the names throughout the league, man, that are going to become available. And I guarantee 1 or 2 of them are going to be a Pittsburgh Steelers.
This is what the injuries, just some injury notes, Mike. Just some injury notes here that I did get from yesterday. Castro was in a boot. He's probably not going to be on his team. I mean, it just depends. I mean, not with the injury. Again, I know that you're looking at your practice squad players at this point too, but also him in a boot right now is not faring well for him. Mike Sebastian Castro was in a boot. As was mentioned earlier, Sebastian Joseph Day and Brisker was in pads, but working on the side with injured players yesterday. Peyton Wilson did not practice yesterday. Deshaun Elliott was back to practice yesterday, and then also Mike Jack Driscoll, who looked like the drizzling shits on Thursday,
Yes.
Friday. He is also out. He got hurt on Monday.
Yeah, with Castro, this more or less seals his fate with the team. With the emergence of.
It's a shame. We love Castro.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Dude was the drizzling shits in college, and then he got here, and a lot of people like, oh my god, we got him as an undrafted free agent. Hasn't shown shit.
Yeah.
We got Robert Spears Jennings. We're good here. But it is nice to see Day and Brisker back. God, we got to get those guys up to speed and ready to go for that home opener. And those two are going to be two key cogs of this defense.
It was undisclosed, Lindsay. I'm not sure they didn't reference it in the article, but he did not participate yesterday. So again, Peyton Wilson, Mike, while talking about his inside partner there at the inside linebacker position, this is what Ben says. Of course, Ben had his podcast, so we got some notes from that. Things he talked about, Mike. Ben says this about Patrick Queen, of course, talking about Peyton's inside linebacker partner. Ben says this. He says, I have a sneaky feeling the PK will have a better season this year, and I'm going to tell you why. Because he's playing for a contract. You're not being sneaky. You're not being smart, Ben. Of course he's going to play better this year than he ever has. I like the way that Ben tried to sneak that in there, Mike. He's like, you know what? I think that I have a sneaky suspicion that PQ will play better than he has in the past couple years. Of course he's going to play better. If not for our team, it's going to be because somebody else is watching and he's looking for a payday. Yes, Patrick Queen will have an improved season.
It's human nature. In every point you see a contract year, like you know where the baseline is on the guy. You see that bump on the contract here, and
big season. He's saying,
I like it.
Yeah,
but he's that and hopefully the improved line play in the new scheme. But yeah, new contract year. You see it in every
player, every sport, anywhere, any city.
You see superstars that perform at the high level have record-breaking career years that reset the record books in those sports. Because why? They want that extra couple $1,000,000. It's human nature. When you know review time's coming up at work,
don't just sharpen up your play
because people only remember that little bit before they put pen to paper. The other 90% of what you did is discounted. That last 10% that they know, that recency bias, that gets you paid in all walks of life.
And you know what? You have a big season, Mike. They pay you a lot of money. The next season might not be as good. I mean, you see it all the time. The time.
Yeah. I'm no different.
Pick a player, actually.
I know when reviews are coming around.
Damn right.
It kicks up, and then you have the couple weeks where it's the busy season at your job. You perform well there. You perform well before review time. You get paid at your job. Same thing with athletes, man.
It's human nature. A lot of these things are such human nature, and they get blown out of proportion because it's football, and a lot of it it does. You could break it down to normal life. Of course, the figures are bigger. I mean, so are actors.
It's a matter of scale
of everybody. I mean, doctors, anybody. So at the end of the day, yes, when it is time for reviews, Mike, I don't go and sit in the bathroom stall as much and play on my phone. I'm trying to be back out in front of my boss, being active. Again, it's human nature. Patrick Queen will have a better year this year. I wouldn't put money on him leading the league in missed tackles again. I just wouldn't.
No. And right now he's looking better at that the big tackle that he had. It's the way he wrapped and rolled. That was the way Patrick Graham was demonstrating them at camp of how to wrap up and roll to get the guy down. He applied what he was taught. I like seeing that. You teach an old dog new tricks. Patrick Queen is the example. You can do that. Just make sure it's a contract year.
And also kind of going back to E-Rob, what we were saying, Mike, I think E-Rob's the kind of guy that would want to be involved, even if he didn't just come back to the Steelers. He's a baller. These kind of guys are gamers. That's the kind of guy you want on your team. I want nuts on my team.
I want complete psychopaths on my team.
Again, if it was ballet, I don't. But in football, guess what? I want some nuts out there. I don't know. Call me crazy. Let's talk about a couple other things we got going on here, Mike. Let's talk about Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy says, I would have six quarterbacks if I could. He's not worried about having 4 quarterbacks. at the end of the day, Mike, it's coming down to whatever happens is going to happen, whether it be Mason goes to the practice squad, as Ben is suggesting. Maybe somebody gets traded. So at the end of the day, I don't think McCarthy cares. And I made that statement yesterday. Out of 53 guys, losing a defensive lineman on the bottom of the depth chart or an offensive lineman on the bottom of the depth chart isn't going to change your game. You can make that adjustment. You could have 4 quarterbacks. And again, I don't think, as but everybody's saying Mike McCarthy, he would have 6. He would 15 if he could. And then again, I think that I think we're just fine with this quarterback situation. I think it's blown way out of proportion. The big part of it is which one of these quarterbacks is going to be what in the future. Not a lot should be going into this right now by way of the fans. We should be watching it play out, see how it goes, and go from there. The opinions are just crazy, fighting over this guy should be here, this guy shouldn't be. We've only literally seen these guys both play 2 times, and I want to see more. I think Mike McCarthy, like myself, has zero issue keeping 4 quarterbacks on this roster.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. He'll find a way to make it work. And I know a lot of people's talking point is like, oh, the practice reps when you get there. I have a feeling McCarthy and Tom Worth will find ways to get work in for someone like Drew Allen. He might not be taking reps with like the scout, like the scout team, but it wouldn't surprise me if he's off to the side working on mechanics day in, day out to instill into him like, this is what we want out of you. Like, you're just going to work on to the side and doing your own thing while the other quarterbacks are working with the first and second team.
Right.
There's ways to get it done.
Absolutely. Let's take it back to the board, Mike. We still have a lot to get into today. Do stick around, everybody. Lots going on. Let's go back to Corey on the board. He says, at D-Dub, I get it, but if Aaron Rodgers gets hurt in game 1, then none of it matters anyway, or he can struggle for 4 weeks and we could go 1-3 because he doesn't gel. And here's the thing. You shouldn't have to explain that to people. I would assume it's a common sense, just being human and being involved in anything social your whole entire life. Unless you got a nice rack on you, that everybody else has to try really hard. And again, that's why we keep Mike around with his big rack. Let me finish that up. And also, he says this doesn't gel with anyone on offense. It's like losing AR. Yeah, if you don't got the boobies, you got to work your ass off in this world. Unfortunately, Lindsay says too much risk, in my opinion. Tyrone says, I hear both sides. I do want to see the young guys, and A-Rod has been at everything and getting chemistry. I hope he has chemistry. Again, they haven't been on a field against other players at game speed for that chemistry. It's all been in practice situations. Hope it works. I hope it works. That's all. Let's go here. Sick Jones, get him, Ryan. Let's go here to Lindsay. Ty, nope. It's all Lindsay's fault. It's all Lindsay's fault. As always, Corey says this. Let's all say what it really is. We don't want to see AR because we don't want to see Aller and Howard. If Rodgers plays, we know what AR is. Everyone wants to see the new picks. Let's go down here to Lindsay. Lindsay says this. Corey, agree. Like the meditation as well. Tyrone says, agree. I need to see the young guys. And again, I don't know what more we're really expecting. You got the brunt of what you're going to see from these young guys.
Yeah.
That nothing is going to surprise you. I promise you. I promise there'll be nothing new tomorrow. And if I'm wrong, I'll admit it. I'll come right here on Friday and say that I was wrong. I have no problem doing that. Let's go here to Ty. Says looking forward to both young quarterbacks, starting offensive line, wide receiver 3 battle, and a secondary look. And again, 3 plays out of all that is all I'm saying. Just show the team you're willing to get in that foxhole with them. I'm not against seeing any of these battles. I want to see them all. I want to see the wide receivers. I want to see the running. I want to see them all. But again, show the guys on your team that you're the leader, that you are willing to get in the – you're not the president. You're the commander. Why doesn't that president go to war? Why does he always send your kids? I would like to see him in the foxhole. Kind of the same thing. In a way, the same thing. Show me. Don't just expect me to go out and fight and put my body on the line. Show me a little bit about you. I'm just saying. Yeah, Mike.
I was going to say, man, we should have went with some System of a Down yesterday.
I like System.
The line, why do they always send the poor?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what that brought to mind.
Absolutely. Just get in the foxhole with me. Get your feet wet. Something. Show me that you got my back. Because again, my life, my health is on the line too. I go out there and play every day. My career could be over just as fast with one play. Show me that you got my back.
Yeah, like if Fatana goes out there and blows a knee up, we're riding this season on Broderick Jones at left tackle, or Dylan Cook at left, and then
I mean, are we okay with that? Why shouldn't these guys be sitting out?
Yeah. Are we okay with Zach Frazier going out there if he gets hurt, going with McCullum starting at center? Or God
So
forbid,
again,
Brock
it's a really flimsy argument, and that's why I kind of went off. It's a flimsy argument, and again, if you think it makes sense, again, call me crazy, but we will see. Let's continue.
Herbig was out there, Alex Highsmith, the guys that we're counting on be able to run the 3-headed monster out there all at the same time. If one of those gets hurt, now we're back to just having 2 edge rushers and not having that third guy bouncing around the lineup. So the argument of someone can get hurt in the preseason that can derail the season, that can be applied to any star player on the team.
Any player, any starter that plays. So again, there you go. I haven't seen D-Dub talk in a while, so who knows? He probably left. Let's continue down here to Lindsay. Why didn't Peyton? There was not disclosed. I don't know. I'm not real sure what the deal was. Mark Malone, Shooter Jennings is going to be good. Let's go here to Tyrone. He says, I want to see Elliott this week again. Glad 25 is back. Let's go here. Lindsay says Dunker will be good. How good this year? But he will be, for fuck's sake. Corey says that. Lindsay, thanks. I have 3 kids. LOL, I'm always meditating. Lindsay says, I know the feeling. Must be a parent thing, because once you get them kids, you got to somehow figure a way to keep your sanity, right?
Gummies. Gummies for them, gummies for you.
Yeah, there you go. Let's go to Lindsay. She says, me too. I want them crazy like DK's picture. Tortilla says, I can't hear what anyone's saying, but Rodgers should not play in preseason. Big John Stud, middle name Mud. He says, Madden GMs and head coaches. Let me scoot down just a hair further. I do think we got more here. I know what you just hit, but we're in a wind tunnel, Mike. Oh, there you go. That's better.
I muted myself.
Oh, there it is. It's doing it again.
What about now?
I can hear you totally. Are you muted?
No, I'm good.
Are you on? Go back to the way it was, though, where it was making that sound.
Like right here?
Yeah, now talk.
Hello?
See, am I supposed to hear you?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
It wasn't muted then.
Okay.
Because I'm just trying to figure out what the air tunnel is and to help you on your end.
It's my fan that's on.
Gotcha.
Because we normally don't hear it. I muted it and I came back unmuted.
Gotcha.
I apologize. Can we hear it?
No, it's all. I was just trying to just help you. Let's go here to Corey.
I need a lot of help, brother.
Corey says this PQ won't make it past the trade deadline if he hasn't improved. If he's missing tackles in the first few weeks, he'd end up back in Baltimore. Let's go here to Lindsay. She said, yeah, nice racks don't have to try. That's why, you know what? That was the goal, trying to have Derpy on as much as we could. It just doesn't work with him. Mike, we have to go with a different strategy, of course. Yeah. The nice racks, they tend to get what they want. I could agree with that 100%, Lindsay, because I tend to do anything for people that have nice racks.
I have a great rack, and you don't do fuck all for me.
I don't do anything. I just tried to help you with your son. What are you talking about? I don't do anything. You nut. You're nut. Let's go here and say what's up to Tater. Tater in the house. He says, what's happening? Always great seeing Tater in his San Francisco 49er, Cleveland Brown, whatever the hell he is. But we know he's
numpty.
That's numpty from across the pond. There he is, Tater in the house. We don't know which team he likes today, but there you go. Let's go to Tyrone. He says, how many yards DK will have this year? I'm guessing. I mean, what do you have, about 800 something last year?
Like 9 something. He would have been, just under 1,000 yards, I believe.
I mean, if you have an offensive line that's going to be able to keep Aaron off the ground, then you know what? He might have 1,000 yards.
Yeah, and you have a viable number 2 across from him.
And that's why I think,
a better system that should suit his play style. So, I think he's going to be back up around like 1,100 yards. That's usually where he ends up, 1,000 to 1,100.
Let's go here to Tyrone. How many? Okay, we did get that. Lindsay, Mike, same boat. Let's go down a little bit here. Big John Stud, middle name Mud says this. So the big rack theory is why Derpy does not work. That's exactly why he has no job.
Mm-hmm.
Them titties been getting him by.
How much do you want to bet the prostitute in that sting was Derpy? He saw them titties. He's like, $150, best I can do. Actually, $140, best I can do. And Derpy's like, hell yeah, big boy.
Lindsay says Derpy has pretty privilege. He has pretty privilege. Lindsay also says, okay, that's not really the same as AR, though, in my opinion. Let's go here to Ty. He says, I wanted the starting defense to play again besides TJ and Cam with that pathetic both first drives. We gave up 10 points so far in the first drives of both games. So 10 total, 7 and 3, of course. Again, you're not seeing anything that you're going to see on day one from your defense either. Not personnel-wise exclusively, but scheme-wise and play-wise. So, again, I'm not overly concerned just yet about those early points, Mike, but that is something that we got to keep an eye on. You don't want to give up a lot of points on that first drive. Yeah. You don't want to get behind the 8 ball that early every game. You just can't.
You know, it's because we've seen, you know, we've seen this show before, you know, or seen this horse before, whatever the fuck the saying is. Like, it passes across the middle, no pass rush, struggling against the run a little bit, but like you said, no TJ, no Cam. Running very vanilla schemes. Like week 1, we saw a couple, you know, zone blitzes. That was it. Week 2 was just straight. It looked like straight man. It was zone over top. So it was just vanilla of vanilla last week. Guys more or less battling one-on-one. That was encouraging, though, seeing guys not win one-on-one. But there's no schemes next around them. So blah, 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 blah. But it's just, I'm ready for the regular season to see what this defense can do, because it's supposed to be brand new, revamped, new scheme. I want to see what that's going to look like, and these guys are supposed to be out there flying around. We really haven't seen that, but hopefully week 1 that changes.
Let's move along on the board. Lindsay, she does not want to see TJ out there at all. Tyrone follows it up by saying, no, he don't need to be. TJ, Cam, A-Rod, J-Ram, Porter. Again, I hope we're as good as we can be. Again, I respect – listen, I don't not respect your opinion. In a lot of cases, I think you're right. Again, it's the mindset with me. It's just a still town mindset. Some people have it, some people don't, and I'm not going to lose it. I'm just not, Mike. Like I said, get in that foxhole with me. I want to see that you got fight in you. I want to see that you got balls. I want to see that you're going to fight. And again, this is just me seeing my leader stand on the side as I continue to fight. Again, just a single person's opinion. I do respect your guys' opinion.
What's concerning to me about the defense, though, is we heard the C word again last week, communication. That was supposed to be cleaned up. Communication on the back end. And, you know, we still have yet to see Brisker, Ramsey, Porter, like the communication factor. We're still having issues with that on the back end. That's my major concern right now with the defense, more than anything else, is communication.
All right, let's go here to Bingo. Always great seeing Bingo Winchester on the board. My man. He's ready for the big game tomorrow. Mike Bingo in the house. He says, speaking of gummies, Mom's getting some good ones for her cancer. This should be interesting. Well, I am sorry to hear that about your mother. That sucks, man. But at least the gummies are able to help her. And, you know, I hope for the best for her. Let's go to Steel Will. I do want to say, what's up, Steel Will? Steel Will 77. Welcome to the show. Great to see you. Great to see new faces. Welcome. He says, what the fuck is this? We don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. We don't even know.
We are the Seinfeld of Steelers podcast. This is a show about nothing.
Jump in, have some fun. What the shit?
We talk ball. We talk boobies.
Yeah. We need to talk more. It's hump day. Why aren't we talking more about boobies? We got a game tomorrow. That's why.
We got to focus up. Lock it in.
All right, let's go here to 6. 6 says Tater is the transgender masturbator. You get a belly full of that Niners semen. Thanks.
What the fuck was that called?
I don't know, but I like it. I'm just gonna nod my head and smile. I didn't dislike it, I guess. Let's go here to Corey. Corey says this Ty and Lindsay. TJ should be out there too. He hasn't played a down since January. That's interesting. And when you think of it that way, you put it in the big picture. That's kind of what I'm doing here. But he hasn't played since January, and it was a poor performance. He needs to be out there, getting game ready, even if it's only a series or two. And again, the injury thing, I just don't. It's football. Again, there's got to be some risk in what you do. because you are a football player. There's got to be. There's going to be risk no matter what. You make a lot of money. I'm just saying there should be. I don't want my guys getting hurt either. Again, I agree with a lot of the things you're saying, guys. It's the big picture. It's the mindset. I apologize. Let's move forward. Let's go here to Corey. Shake off the off-season rust. Absolutely. Lindsay says we don't need TJ out there at all. He will be okay. Corey, Ty says no, I don't want him out there getting hurt. He will be fine. Let's go to John. John says this. I'm seeing weed. Give me a sec. Let me make sure my monitor's fine here. See, Mike has it pinned. Let's go to Steeler Freak John. He says, I'm smoking weed called Crescendo. My son found my stash. He smoked it like they don't grow anymore. Fuck it. It looks like University of Illinois.
I need some of that right now. I need a good old Crescendo.
Lindsay says, Mike, OMG. Corey,
I don't know what that was in reference to.
I don't either.
I black out during the show a lot, so I have no idea what I say from minute 1 to minute 4.
I'm right there with you. I haven't heard a word you said in 6 months. Let's move forward. Add Corey. Corey says this. I don't want to see anyone get hurt. I mean, obviously. You know what I mean? Obviously. Nobody wants to see our guys get hurt. We're not saying, well, let's get them out there with the chance. I mean, yes, of course there's a chance. There's a chance they could go out and play one in 18 days and get hurt. You're a football player. I don't know. There used to be a toughness to that. It doesn't seem to exist anymore. Not on that level anyway. You see, I see with high school and even college as well. When you're trying, Mike, when you're younger, not getting the millions, it's easier to try to motivate, I guess. Let's go right here. Corey, I don't want to see anyone get hurt either, but not playing isn't guaranteeing or promising somebody will or will not get hurt. Granted, he certainly won't get hurt if he doesn't play. Jack Lambert said it best, man. Maybe the quarterback should be wearing dresses. Again, that's just me being a dick. I'm just let's go to Steeler Freak blow-up dolls in black and gold, which show us more. Corey says this, but there's a huge chance he won't be ready for game 1 because he didn't prepare at game speed. There's a lot of stop and go motion in game speed that you can't replicate in a practice. It's natural. It's the way you're stopping and going and moving in game speed, and you can't replicate that a lot of the time. Let's go here to Lindsay. She says preseason means absolutely nothing to me. All this is to see absolutely, and that is a huge 95%. I would agree with that. Absolutely. It's unnecessary risk. Let's continue down here. Let's go to Corey. Corey says that Lindsay, you're certainly half right. Preseason is also getting ready for the season, which I do agree with 100%. After not playing a down since January. So you're not wrong, but it's more than the young guys. It's a team. You're right. Let's go here to Ty. Tyrone says this. Yes, I hope I see better communication this week with the O-line as well, Mike. Corey says this, but I respect your stance on this week. Absolutely. I don't think otherwise. Listen, I would still nothing changes. Nothing. I respect your opinions, and again, it's just my opinion. Let's continue down. Let's go right here to Big John Stud, middle name Mud. Steeler Freak says this, Mike. I would start the first string O-line and keep them out there. What if you're first, and you made a good point about Fatanu? What if he gets hurt? What if Zach Frazier gets hurt in the game tomorrow? Isn't that not the same thing? Aren't we going to have trouble figuring the offensive line out if Zach Frazier goes down? Where's the line is what I'm saying. You know, I'm just saying it's I don't know. Let's move forward, though. Let's go here to Ty. Freak agree O-line should play 3 series, in my opinion. Follows it up by saying gel better, need a lot of work. Again, the gel, yes, everybody, not just the line, of course, guys. Let's go to Lindsay. She says, yes, we could. Everyone has opinions. I just like to calculate risks more than do stupid shit to risk our big names. Again, there's no guarantee the guys are going to get hurt. The starters have been playing in preseason for decades. Again, you know, it's changing now. But again, my whole life, I don't know if I've ever lost a starting quarterback due to preseason play on my team. I don't know if the Steelers have ever lost a starting quarterback due to preseason play in my life. It's only 48 years. I mean, I know, man. Let's just go forward. But again,
that means we're due.
What's that?
We're due. Means we're due.
I guess. Just like the Browns are due to win the division, you know. Let's go here to Tyrone. Tyrone says, yeah, I don't care that much if they play. If they don't, who cares? All I'm saying is I don't want to be sitting at 1-2 when we could be at 2-1 or 3-0. That's all. That, again, it's not me even being selfish. I don't care if I'm right. That's not me. I don't know if you've learned that about me. I don't always need to be right. That's not my nature at all. Not here, not in life. I'm just trying to figure out what's best and make sense of it all, just like everybody else. So again, it's just thoughts in my mind, guys. Let's do scoot along. Let's go right here to Lindsay. She says, I respect everyone's opinion. I disagree with unnecessary risk with these guys. And again, if it wasn't football, Lindsay, I would probably be right there with you. Anything that doesn't involve physicality at all, this would be a no-brainer. But it is football at the end of the day. Let's continue. Let's go here to and everyone cries when they do get hurt. And again, I've never seen a starting quarterback for the Steelers go down in preseason. Let's go to Lindsay. So the odds are in our favor. Lindsay says this, like TJ's lung and came back after 2 games. That wasn't enough. And you're probably right. That probably wasn't enough. I don't know the extent of that, unfortunately, but you're probably right. Let's go here to Corey. He says, at Lindsay, you're right. I don't just want any excuses from anyone when they were 3 games to improve communication, timing, etc. But I get not risking the later games. Let's go to Tater. Tater says, I wouldn't rule out another Bills shutout again.
Yeah. Shut up, Tater.
Lindsay, she says, yes, if they get hurt in the regular season, it is what it is, but we can't prevent injuries, but we can try. Tyrone says, Tater, I wouldn't count out another injury with San Francisco. Yeah, he's got room to talk with that. San Francisco.
That fucking substation. It's just looming in the background.
Tater, go jerk off Caitlyn Jenner. Sick Jones. See, this is why every channel needs a sick, Mike. Sick brings a certain quality to the show, and it's I like that. That was perfectly timed. Tater, go jerk off Caitlyn Jenner. Works for me. Let's continue forward. Let's go here to Lindsay. Literally was thinking the injuries. Tyrone almost said it. She follows it up by saying, on our team, keyword, how many times I don't know. I don't really pay. And again, I don't pay much attention to other teams. I apologize for that as well. I probably should, but I just don't care about them enough. Let's go here to Steeler Freak. Steeler Freak says this, the bad news is preseason is no longer. It used to be prepare the whole team to work and gel as a complete unit. The good news is all 32 teams are in the same boat. All right, that's true. Good point. Let's go here to Ty. He says, no, I mean, if they play, I wouldn't care either way. I see both. I gotcha. And Sick, what does Sick have here? He says they all need to pull out the tampons and play some football. Jack Lambert is calling them a bunch of poontangs. And I agree. I don't know. Do what you want with that. Skiller Freak says this, folks should not complain about sloppy play the first few regular season games if they didn't do it in preseason. So apparently people are good with the first couple weeks losses. Again, don't get too far behind. It's tough to get back into it once you do. And if other teams prepare better than you prepared in preseason, they're going to be at better odds of winning their games. Again, just natural. A few things we still got to get into. I mean, we have a lot, Mike, still going on to get into. Broderick Jones making these comments, Mike. He attributes the struggles to difficulty because of the flipping of tackle spots. Broderick Jones coming out, he's been struggling since day one.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of him I could listen to, because at the end of the day, he's probably saving face. The guy struggled since he got in the league, Mike, when he was exclusively at one tackle. Then they started flipping him around, putting him on both sides. Then the injury happened, of course. But Broderick Jones is saying he's attributing struggling to the difficulty of flipping the tackle positions. He says, in quote, it's pretty tough.
That's funny, though. We see a lot of guys in the league able to make that transition.
But he might.
Sounds like a you problem, bro.
It's absolutely a him problem.
It
could be a problem for a lot of people, but it's certainly a him problem.
It's a him problem. But it's funny, though. I remember those handful of games he played right tackle his rookie year. All of a sudden, he came in, that line improved drastically. They became one of the best run blocking lines in the league. So what happened, bro? Like, you were the catalyst of that change. You were playing well on the right side. How did you flipping from left to right your rookie year be too hard for you? Because we saw what you did over there that rookie year. You did great. Then you came back that second year, and then that's when the shit happened. When you stayed on that side, what they should have flipped you again. So, they got to keep flipping you every year. I don't understand like the Roger Jones flipping thing when we have video proof that he played
Mike,
well on the right side.
He's just not that good of a football player.
I just don't. Yeah, it's like the coaching, like they worked on his hands, punching high, in pass pro. Every snap you watch, it is very inconsistent. He was punching low, and you watch 4 other linemen in pass pro. They're hitting up high. He just wasn't able to translate what was being coached onto the field. And he was starting to get a little bit better last year at left tackle, but he was still a guy that was going to be in the same boat this year. He was going to be a guy that was going to be battling for a spot. You knew he wasn't going to picked up the roster bonus. It just never clicked for him at this level. He's one of those guys that has all the traits you love seeing coming out of college that just did not work out for whatever reason. It happens at the tackle position in the first round. You take chances on those guys because if you hit a home run. But if you don't hit, it's a strikeout. And they unfortunately struck out with this guy.
Absolutely, Mike. The guy has shown problems. There's been problems from him since day one.
Yeah,
it really has. He has, again, all the tools. He's from Georgia, off the championship team. You would have thought, hey, we got something here. I'm like, he struggled heavily since day one, whether it be the left, whether it be the right, whether it be figuring out that not tackle your own quarterback who's 43 years old, who, again, with a broken arm gets tackled and he was okay. Maybe he could take a couple snaps in preseason, but that's, again, just neither here nor there. But Mike, for me, Broderick Jones, again, still struggling right, left. He's not going to fit in this system. He's not going to fit under Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy wants everybody to know multiple positions. If you're a wide receiver, I want you playing the whole every wide receiver position. If you're playing offensive line, I want you to know multiple positions. Broderick Jones does not fit in this. Mike, I don't know if IMAX comes out tomorrow and plays great.
Yeah.
And the position seems to shore up as we move into these next 18 days. Roger Jones may not be on this team, Mike. He might not be on this team.
Yeah.
When they cut down here on Sunday at 6:00.
Yeah, he had a golden opportunity to be that swing tackle this year, to fight for that spot, and get a roster spot, force them to carry him and Dylan Cook on this team. And he kind of whiffed on it. And IMAX, they're going to keep him. He's a rookie. And if he comes out and shows any type of competency, he might be your week 1 starter, because we have not seen anything from Dylan Cook that screams starter. And this guy's a lockdown starter. Last time we saw Dylan Cook, he was getting embarrassed in the playoffs.
Oh, in his defense, the whole team was getting embarrassed in the playoffs.
Yeah, but still, he was getting embarrassed in the playoffs.
Okay,
yeah. It does not negate the point, but yes, everyone else was. But that's the last time we saw him play. And, when he was in there, he was given a lot of help, especially against Myles Garrett. If Max can come in and solidify the right side, because Dylan Cook has not shown he can carry over the play that he had on the left side to the right side. And if IMAX shows just, like I said, any kind of competency, you got to run him out week 1 and just ride it out with him. And from I was just reading, Merrill Hodge saw him practice and said he's never said this about a Steeler offensive lineman. This guy can be an eraser.
He says he's the best player in camp, Mike.
Best player in camp, a guy that can be an eraser. That's we've had some pretty good tackles come through here since Merrill's been here and doing what he's done and saying that he can be an eraser. This is like Penny Sewell type, praise getting heaped upon a young right tackle. So yeah, like I said, if he can just show a glimmer, a bare competency, it's going to be better than what Dylan Cook's going to give you, because he's only going to get better as the season goes on. So put him out there and let him run with the ones the rest of the way.
All right, we got some more offense, Mike, a little more defense as the show is moving on. Let's go right here. Todd Haley.
My man.
One of the better offensive coordinators in my adult life, for sure, here in Pittsburgh. He says this, Mike. He sees Rico Dowdle and Jalen Warren is kind of the same guy. He says it worries me a little bit because you're not getting a contrast of two different styles. Usually it's the lightning and thunder. It's the banger and the quick speed. Mike, apparently, according to what Todd Haley's saying, these guys are very similar, and it's worrisome to me because you're not getting a variety. You're basically getting the same guy, which I disagree. I seen when I was watching the other night, it appeared to me that Jalen, of course, we know him as more of a bowling ball. Where Rico, I didn't see it just yet, Mike. I'm still trying to figure out personally what it is we have in Rico. I don't think that they're that to what Todd Haley's saying.
Yeah,
I'm not necessarily saying it. I think that Jalen Warren is a totally different runner. And again, maybe I still need to see more. The jury is out still on Rico, but this is what Todd Haley's saying.
I see Jalen as the quicker of the two, like where he explodes out of the hole. He sees it and he can burst through. I see him as the better pass catcher, the better guy out of the backfield, where you get him the ball in hand with open space and room to run. He can take off and make people miss and use his initial burst to get some good yardage. Where Rico, like, I haven't watched a whole lot of them, but when I've watched him at Dallas and at Carolina, I'm like, this guy's a good, competent running back. You see why he's put up the numbers he has the past couple of years. I think he's more of a bruiser than what Jalen can be. So I think there is a little contrast, but not that big contrast that you would see from when we had Jalen and Kenny or Jalen in Najee, thank you. That type of contrast. I think there's the contrast between those two. It's there, but not as defined and as sharp as between the other running backs.
All right, let's stay on offense, Mike. Ben Roethlisberger says Aller needs to learn to use his arm strength to be a little bit better of a quarterback. He needs to be a little smarter. In other words, the bolts, the lasers that are coming out of Aller's arm when he throws the football. Ben, in other words, is saying he doesn't have to John Elway rocket the ball out every time he throws it. A couple of the passes could have possibly been caught, but he says he got to learn to use his arm strength a little bit better if you want to play in the NFL, because you need to know when you need to kind of lob it up there, when you need to fire it in there. He says, he's basically tripping over his own dick. He has the talent. He's going to be able to figure it out. But part of being a young kid is learning that, Mike. He got to learn how to control his strength. Sometimes you're too stronger than maybe.
Throttle it back just a little bit so it doesn't get there as hard. Because you hear some receivers man, that ball's on you no matter, like, talk about certain quarterbacks, like, that ball's there no matter what, no matter if it needs to be lofted in there or whatever, it's there. You got to be ready for it. Drew sounded like he's that guy. It's just once he a little finesse. You don't need to throw the 90-mile-an-hour fastball. You can every once in a while, sneak it in there at 85, and you'll be good in that tight window. But that's part of the learning curve. And I think a lot of those too, man, on those receivers that were in there, you would like to think if that was a DK, if that was a Journey, if that was a Pittman, they're going to know that ball is going to be laser rocketed in there, and I'm going to snatch onto it. I think
that's what Ben is also saying, Mike. He says he points to a play where the incomplete pass was actually the thrower's fault. But again, if you have different receivers in there, because I don't know the specific play that he's talking about, but if you did have different receivers in there, if it was Michael Pittman or it was whoever, that ball could have easily been caught. But these are guys trying to make the league.
Yeah, I wonder if that one that was kind of tight where he threw it and it was like at that guy's face like this, or like the guy turned his head and the ball was like right there. I wonder if that's the one where he said he could have just dialed it back a little, given him a chance to catch it better. But I would like to think, like we said, the higher skill guys would react and catch that one just a little bit better than that guy. But I see where Ben's coming from. Like every quarterback and part of their development is, learning that little when to just dial it back. It's this is a faster pace than what they faced in college. So he's still learning it. So I still have faith that Drew will he'll figure that out.
Yeah, I mean, he's not saying anything bad. He's just saying he has to learn.
Just learn that one. We'll get it.
Mike, and also Kaboli, the fat man, he says this Roman was not to blame for the Howard interceptions. He says he got inside information. Let me grab it right here. This is what Mark Kaboli said about that. Literally somebody associated with the team, and that offense pulls me aside. This is the fat man speaking, and says, "Nah, you know what? That was pretty much Will's fault on both of them." Kaboli said on his podcast with his podcast mate. let me continue down just a little further here to where he continues in saying this. Our film breakdown offered a layered share of the blame on the first interception. The Jets ran a match coverage that Will Howard didn't diagnose, which led veteran safety Andre Sisco to jump the route and intercept it. On the second, we noted Howard didn't truly drive the ball and could have been better placement. And that is what is what the fat man is talking about. And again, he did not disclose the source, Mike. He just simply stated it as somebody associated with the team pulled me aside and talked about the offense.
That's why, like, the head coach was saying to the media, like, yeah, the route needs better, the throw needs to be better.
So he's not wrong. He's not.
He's not wrong. He's not technically wrong.
Right.
But yeah, it's like, but a lot of it though too, man. You've got to square that route out. And
again, I am not going to fight with sources. Again, that's not my job. It's not my job. I don't care. I'm just going to talk about it. This is a talk show. Again, it's a stupid thing to argue about these kind of things.
Will Howard.
Again, with this guy, did he just make this up? Who knows?
Exactly.
But we're going to continue on and talk about football because that's the only thing that matters.
Days. 10 to 12
10
days.
to 12 days, baby.
My source is 10 to 12 days.
18, exactly. We have 18 days till this team takes the kickoff against the Atlanta Falcons right here in Western Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh Steelers, Falcons, 18 days away. Deontay Johnson, days away. We do have tomorrow night, Mike, a little over a day. It's 24 hours plus about 4 hours, so under 30 hours to go. We do have Steelers, Buffalo Bills tomorrow, wrapping up the preseason. And then Sunday at 6 o'clock, we will be down from 90 people to 53. 90 to 53 on the team. That's all coming up so soon for our Steelers, guys. I swear to you, it's going to be here so soon. My last one to get into, Mike, let's go here. I say this for last because, again, I didn't want to make this episode about JPJ. It's kind of getting old. Again, it kind of went throughout the year, the offseason. Mike, this is what it said. If JPJ wants, this is according to who? ESPN's annual poll of coaches, executives, and scouts. So, again, if you're hunting resources, there you go. NFL coaches, executives, and scouts ranked Mike Joey Porter number 12 amongst cornerbacks in the league, saying if JPJ wants top 5 money, they're going to have to trade him. ESPN's annual pool of coaches, execs, and scouts. Again, maybe they're wrong as well. Mike, he says out of the cornerbacks in the league, these people say that he's number 12 out of them all.
Do they have an opening in the NFL? Because it sounds like there's a lot of people who don't know what they're talking about. Sign me up, boys.
See, that's never the point. Who cares about who's talking? See, this is what I'm talking about. Just let's talk. It's a talking point. Is this the case, Mike? Is he 12? What
I don't think so.
What makes us say that? You understand what I'm saying? Again, I don't want to sit here and fight about sources. That's fucking
no. I wasn't fighting with you about.
I know you're not. I'm saying that to prove. I'm proving a point. I'm proving a point. It has nothing to do with you. Thank you. Go ahead.
What I did.
You did nothing. Please continue.
Okay, but no, I don't know. I watched Joey Porter. I watch him lock down number ones. Watch him lead the league in pass breakups for cornerbacks. I don't know what more they want. They want him to have 45 interceptions.
I think I know what it is, Mike. They haven't had a chance to see him play with this new team and scheme. How can I give this guy top quarterback money if I've never seen you play with your team yet? Again, I don't know if this is a fault. I don't know if it's a bad thing. But can I justify giving you all this money if I don't know that you're going to fit into my scheme? Top cornerback money. He's looking for 1, 2, whatever it's going to be. But Mike, he's yet to be out on that field with his teammates. Is that anything? Does that have any?
They gave Herbig money
because it's new.
He didn't practice.
Again, I don't care about Herbig. We're talking about JPJ, and I understand the point you're making. I understand it. But let's stay on JPJ here. I see Somers doing the same thing. But at the end of the day, could that have something to do with it? Because it's all new schemes, it's new coaches, and you want number 1 money. We don't know if he's even going to fit in the scheme. It
could be part of their thought process.
I think it just makes sense. I mean, everybody's going to say, well, nobody's saying it. So think logically. It makes sense.
They go through a lot of things, going into their decision, and that would be one of it too. Like, hey, this is the scheme we want to run.
But Mike, one more thing. Herbig doesn't want number 1 money either.
Yeah.
He wants a lot of money. This guy wants number 1 money. To give him number one money and never have seen him play, that's different than Herbig, Somber, and that's different than Washington, and that's even different. Benton did get a nice pay, but they don't want top number one money.
Yeah.
I think that could be the difference.
It could be the difference, and they want to see how he fits into that scheme. That's if you're going to invest a lot of the money into a player, that is a fair argument and a fair ask from like the coaching staff in the front office from their point. But the player also, like, I understand where Porter's coming from. Like, go watch my film, see how I would fit into your scheme, and plot me in there. So both sides have good arguments to make there, and I understand, like, from the management side, if that's one of their arguments, we want to see you out there. Are you going to fit with what we want to do or not before we give you the money? That's fair. But also the player can say, just look at the film. You're designing the defense. You know what I can do. Am I going to fit it into or not? So, yeah.
So again, a lot of people that get paid a lot of money that are experts are saying he's not worth the money. They're saying he's not one. I'm not even going to bring up the number 12. They're just saying he's not worth the one. Again, I'm saying that again, I at least like to have know what kind of work my guy is doing before I give him top money. Mike, again, can we risk giving out another contract that a lot of people are arguing we should have never gave TJ this contract? He didn't live up to that. Can we afford this again to give somebody else top money at their position? And again, we have never seen him literally play under this coaching system, under this defense, under this defensive system. And again, the schemes are totally different. This is not the same team that he played well in before. It's a whole totally different concept. And again, we've never seen him play in that concept. And again, you would think that this has something possibly to do with it.
It could be, but the way Omar does contracts, it's going to end up being announced as if they sign a 4 to 5 year deal. Once you see the actual breakdown, it's going to be a 2-year deal, and the team can get out of it in year 3. So it's not that big of a financial gamble to go ahead and sign him before you see if he would fit into your new coverage scheme, which shouldn't be that much different than what we've framed before.
There's only so many coverage schemes. Somber plays resource games, and it's fucking annoying. I got to be honest with you. He's constantly saying, well, because I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to pull it up, and I'm going to find this article where JPJ's people literally said, we want number one corner money. He says he's worth number one, and this is what we're going to give him. And this is what we're going to – there's not going to be much negotiation, and this is why they're at a lock. You understand that, Somber? This would be getting figured out if there was more give one way or the other. He thinks he deserves number one money. Whether he does or whether he doesn't, the Steelers don't agree with them. This is where the problem is. So outside of anything I said in the last 5 minutes, tell me where I'm wrong. And I'm sure you're going to pull up some ridiculous thing that let's play a resource game. No, we don't want to talk like humans anymore. I don't care what you're reading. Talk to me. It's making sense. So now you've never seen it. So again, it's probably not true. Get the fuck out of here. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
All right, let's move along. It was just annoying. I'm just annoyed by it. Have a conversation. Don't pull out your phone and start. I don't care. I could do that too. Yeah, all right. Whatever, dude. Let me move on. Let's scoot a little bit long. Mike, also, I did mention yesterday that Brandon Hill, of course, was signed to a 1-year deal yesterday to help the defense out. I'm not mad. I'm actually in a great mood, Somber, but thanks for asking. But Brandon Hill is a Pitt safety, Mike, and he's a hammer, too. So we're going to get a chance to take a look at him tomorrow, and we're also going to get a chance to look at the kid from Mount Lebo, the teammate of little Eli, who went to high school with him, who went to Navy with him, and is now back with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And like 2 local guys, again, Brandon Hill, a Pitt graduate, he will be on the team as a safety, and then also, again, the kid, I can't even remember his name, Teska, something along this line.
Yeah, Teska.
He also is on the team as well. But again, I pull up these resources. I'm not a news show. I'm a talk show. So I'm going to talk about what I read. I'm not going to sit here and argue every resource we have. I open up the same fucking papers like you do. I get the information and I talk about it. So if you have a problem with that, take it up with the newspapers. I don't give a shit. We're trying to talk Steelers. It is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and argue about resources the whole fucking show. It's fucking stupid. And sources. I mean, come on. I mean, if you want to do a source show, start your own show. Get a camera and talk about sources all day. I'm sure people will love it. Just saying, fuck, it's annoying. Am I wrong, Mike?
No, We see a topic, we discuss it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm like, oh, you're so funny. Put up a laughy face too, why don't you, huh? Fucking, come on. You're real. Let's get back on the board. Lots to get into still, Mike, and I don't want to miss out on anything. So let's get back on this terrible board and see where we be. I'm going to go back here to Corey. Corey says stacking talent against other teams. Talent seems more worth it than stacking talent against your own team. Let's go to Ty. I'm worried about this O-line. In secondary, we need to pay 24. And I agree. Again, you got to understand, I don't disagree with you guys. Let's go here. Tyrone says, I'm worried about the offensive line. In the secondary, we need 24. Let's scoot down a little bit right here. Somewhere. All right, I'm going to go right here. Tyrone says, no, I mean, if they play, I wouldn't care either side. I see both sides. 6 says this. They all need to pull out. So we did get this. Why is my screen jumping around? Shut it, Tater. I like that. Let's give Lindsay a ball for shut it, Tater.
Game ball.
There's that smiley face. Love you, baby. Let's continue on. Let's go right here to Bingo. I'm going to go with Bingo. We'll start right here. It's pretty tough. B. Jones is supposed to be a professional football player. It's too hard. Doesn't cut it. Be a pro. Figure it out or get the fuck out. Exactly. Either play football or get the fuck out. You get paid a lot of money. Get the, come on. Too much money. Most people would agree. Lindsay says this. It will be fine, Tyrone. You know this. Corey says this. Don't more players get hurt in camp than in preseason? Statistically, they do. But again, you can't cut camp out. I mean, you cut the Pro Bowl out. Then you cut preseason out. Next thing you know, they'll cut camp out. That's all I'm saying. Just the mindset, guys. I generally agree with you guys for the most part. Let's go. So is camp a problem or preseason? If I had to say, preseason is more important than camp. Let's go down here to Corey. Follows that up. We did get that one, actually. I'm going to go down to Ty. We get him. Also, Lindsay. Lindsay says, my point is these wins mean absolutely nothing to us. So, and again, they don't. They mean nothing. As I said at the beginning of preseason, 40-0, one way or another, it means absolutely nothing. You're 100% right. Steeler Freak says this. My point is sloppy play should be expected the first few regular season weeks, and there is a reason for it. Lindsay says this teams are going to go way harder in preseason than our players are against each other just because we haven't had injuries. Look at the league as a whole. Tyrone says if Max plays well tomorrow and balls out, we will have 2 weeks to earn the job. I don't trust Cook. Neither do I. Or Jones. I mean, Cook never came off as anything great to me. I mean, he was serviceable. He was serviceable. And again, Broderick has had a hard time not tripping over his own dick for 3 or 4 years now. Let's go here. Let's go to Tyrone. If Max plays, okay, we did get that one. I don't trust. I agree with Mike. Let's go to Tortilla. I got $149, and I'm in Ohio. What should I do? Get the hell out of Ohio. Play Aaron. Play Aaron, Tortilla is what you got to do. Also, let's go here. Lindsay Hush. Somber, this one I can't disagree with. Somber says get a hooker, Tortilla, and spend the extra 120 on shoes. I think that's a pretty good idea. Also, let's go here to Tortilla. He says, is Aaron the dude the 49ers owner tried to sleep with? That was actually a man named Derpy in Ohio. Matter of fact, kind of close-ish. I mean, it's still a little drive, but same neck of the woods as Derpy. Just a little...
yeah, probably about like 45 minutes away, but Derpy can get down there in his little Vespa.
Absolutely.
Him and Aunt Peaches. Maybe it was Aunt Peaches.
Lindsay says, that doesn't happen, Tyrone. Come the fuck on. How long have you known me? Big John Stud. Middle name Mud says the offensive line hasn't given any reason for Rodgers to plan on holding to the ball any longer than last year. He isn't taking any hits. Let's go. Somber says CBS mock uploaded a mock draft. They have us taking Jordan Baugh at pick 13. He's a running back. Facepalm.
It's just pick 13. Mock drafts already.
I know. It's a little early for these mock drafts.
He's like, I understand. Like, I saw like people do mock drafts for the Browns.
Yeah,
that makes sense. But for the rest of the NFL, some of these Some of these sites are crazy.
There you go, Lindsay. That is Somber is her source. There you go. He's definitely a source guy. Let's continue forward. Let's go right here to Tater. He says Christian Kuntz. Christian Kuntz is in for a big season. Big season for Kuntz. Not sure what Tater is
For the
trying
long
to
snapper?
refer there. He's more like 15, Mark Malone says. I think maybe that might be going back to Joey. 12 is crazy. Mark Malone says, yeah, he's 15. But the point being, I don't disagree. He's not 12. He's not 15. But who am I to argue these particular positions? That's what I'm not going to sit here and fight that all day. I don't care that much about it. I'm just going to talk about it. I'm going to sit here and call out every fucking owner and coach and executive and scout. Come on. It's crazy. What the fuck are they smoking? Stats don't lie. Let's go to Ty. Ty says they didn't see Herbig, Darnell, or Benton, and they weren't getting number one money either at any of their positions. I think that's the difference there. Daddy Malone says 15. I do want to say what's up to Vegas in the house. Always great seeing Vegas all the way from Las Vegas. My man, looking good with the beer there in the post. Let's go to Lindsay Zaddy. That's what the men say to you, Mark. Zaddy. Well, Graham's scheme is man on man. That's JPJ's best thing. So again, I hope you're right. I hope you're right, because what the experts are saying is all I'm going by. That is not my opinion. Again, I'm more along your line. I want to see him get paid. I want to see him playing. Lindsay, JPJ is worth 30 in my opinion. Mark says half. I think we already got Somber there. Let's scoot down. Lindsay says true. Somber, did I miss the interview? You didn't miss the interview. Lindsay is what he's saying. Let's go here. JPJ is 26, not 31, though. Lindsay says, because I haven't heard shit from JPJ, but I have been out of the loop. She follows it up by saying, TJ, $1 million lived up to his contract. He was paid for previous years, not last year. So he wasn't already paid. Okay, listen. He wasn't already paid for what he did last year from the contract prior? I'm just trying to figure out, Mike, is that what's going on? He wasn't already paid for previously for what he did last year.
Right.
You're the contract guy. I'm just trying to figure out.
Who are we talking about here? Watt?
TJ Watt. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was already rewarded for what he did. And
that's what
Miles. Yeah, he saw Myles Garrett get more money, and he wanted to be paid a penny more than Myles Garrett.
Because that's what Lindsay's saying. He was only paid previously, not for last year. Is the argument she's making, where he was already paid for last year.
Yeah, he was handsomely paid for what he did a lot going in, and then his play deteriorated. Then he was going into last year's contract wanted an extension because Myles Garrett made more than him, and then he wanted a penny more than him. That was the whole TJ Watt saga. Was like he just wanted to be paid.
Yeah, so he was paid prior to Lindsay for last season.
Yeah, this is like his third contract, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's go right here. Tyrone says JPJ been so quiet. All he posted was him running out of the tunnel. That's about it. And again, I'm on JPJ's side. I'm just trying to be logical for once on the show. And
like agents use these people like Rappaport and Schefter to go out there and say, oh, they want this kind of money, so it doesn't get linked back to the player or the agent. That's how these agents get these scoops of contracts are signed. Like, agents are telling these guys what to get out there to the media to help their client, to get their client's needs out there so their name doesn't get dragged through the mud, so they don't look greedy. So they may have not said it themselves, but when you hear someone like Rappaport or Schefter or Garofalo saying, oh, Porter wants this kind of money, they can guarantee damn near to you it's coming from his agent.
Let's go right here. JPJ. Okay, we did. I recall JP, and that's the thing. I mean, if he's willing to get paid what he's worth, some people are telling him he's not worth one. You see what I'm saying? So there's no negotiating on his side. He's saying I'm one, and that's what I'm going with. I'm. It doesn't matter if nobody else thinks I'm one. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to budge unless I get this money. So what you're saying isn't false either, Somber. If he's saying he's going to pay what he's getting, I want to be paid what I'm worth. And again, nobody's saying you're worth number one. And again, Tyrone, I'm just trying to prove a point here. He's going to not negotiate. He's being very solid on his end of negotiations because he believes he wants this money. And the team, and a lot of other people are saying that you're not worth that money. So is he actually willing to work for what he's getting or get paid what he's worth when people are telling him he's not worth what exactly he's asking for? You understand what I'm saying? So again, it just comes down to what teams are willing to pay him. And if the Steelers aren't, then maybe that is his best move, is go somewhere else, because somebody will give him that money. Don't get me wrong. There will be somebody out there that will. I just don't know if we could get under another contract like this on defense. I mean, that's, we got a lot of money going out on D. And again, yeah, go ahead, Mike.
And that's like we've talked about in the past, and like when Watt's contract was signed and Hayward's extensions were signed as well. Like, you have this crop of young talent coming up that you're going to have to sign and extend, that are going to be the future of the team. And there's going to become a point where we're going to be struggling to pay the players that are going to be the future of the team. And we're going to have all these old guys that have been here forever and haven't won anything, dragging us down. And we're seeing that happen. We were able to extend those guys, but now, like, the cornerstone of that draft, we're the best player out of that draft, we're not able to extend because we got all the other pieces, but the key piece we can't sign because we got a bunch of old guys that have been here forever that wanted their money, and that the owner said, yeah, we're going to make sure they stay here no matter what. More worried about a player's legacy than the team winning again. And that's what's happening right now. We've reached that point where those two huge contracts are kind of fucking us right now. We're not being able to sign all the young players that we need, because next year we're going to have to start looking at Frazier, McCormick, and then Fatanu, because Fatanu will probably do a 50-year option on him, and then he'll need an extension after that. Then if IMAX hits, 2 years down the line, we have to sign him, and then Jeremy if he hits. So you can do a lot of contract manipulation, but once you get to some of these guys, it's gonna get rough. Here we're gonna see a lot of good players walk out because we can't keep.
You keep taking it down and putting it up. It's entertaining. What are you doing?
Oh, you're putting it up.
Yeah. You think?
I thought my computer was glitching, bro.
I was wondering. I did it. It just kept going off. I thought, what the fuck? Now check this out, everybody. If you did miss it earlier, Ty, all football season long, keep JPJ's name out your mouth. There it is, everybody. Let's continue on the board, Mike. You couldn't be more true. And as always, let's scoot this back off to the side. How do I do that now? I know how to get it up there. I just don't know how to get it off. There we go.
Killing me, Smalls.
Go ahead. Finish your point. I apologize.
Those big contracts for the old guys are kind of hindering us to get all these young guys signed that are going to be the future that's going to be here for the next decade.
Yeah. Let's get back at it. Lindsay says, did JPJ say that? Sombers says, why are you mad? Not mad. I'm just insane. Let's go down here to 007 says this. The Steelers are cheap. They don't like to hand out large money. Sick Jones, get him, Ryan. Fuck him up. I got your back. I appreciate that, bro. Let's go to John. Big John stuff. Middle name Mud says this. JPJ contract is in the Steelers media echo chamber. Let's go here. Steelers freak. Big John study says I'm sending Ryan weed by FedEx. I tell you, do it, man. I just don't say it out loud. You know what I mean? Because it is illegal. It is illegal in Pennsylvania. I don't need my FedEx guy getting pulled over. I got to be honest. I don't care about the FedEx guy. I just don't want to be getting pulled over with my weed.
You just don't want to lose your weed.
Right. I do need weed. Yes, there you go, Lindsay. Also, let's go down here to Bingo. Bingo says this. If JPJ's daddy wasn't the OG Porter, people would say he's serviceable, good corner, decent, etc. People act like he's a football Jesus. Best DB money. Hello, LOL, kiss my ass. And listen, as I'm saying, I do like him a lot. I don't want him going anywhere, and I think he deserves a lot of money. But again, we have to be realistic. Understand. There's issues. There are problems. And again, if there's people aren't talking, you're number one. Maybe he's not number one. Maybe there are better corners in the league. And again, I love him, and he's my favorite on the team. But we got to kind of expand our mind and open the book here a little bit and try to figure out what's going on. Everyone keeps fighting the same story. They're killing beating the same dead horse, but looking for new answers. And it's just not going to happen. You have to look at it a little differently and step outside of the box, I think, Mike.
All I'm going to say is, like, I've for the past 3 months now, I've broken down every stat that shows why
That's what I'm
JPJ is the top
saying.
5 corner. And if people can't understand that, I cannot talk slower or use smaller words to get it through your head that he is one of the top 5 corners in the league. I cannot dumb it down anymore. And I'm sorry if people can't get it through their heads that he is one of the best corners in the league.
You think he deserves number one money? Do you think he deserves to reset the market?
Yeah, because he's next in line. That's how it works now in the NFL. Whoever's next in line resets the market, and
Okay,
that's
so
why
you do believe he deserves top money out of every corner in the league? I'm just asking.
Yeah.
I'm not fighting.
Yeah, because if the Steelers were smart, they would have got it done early. Now, when everyone else signed, it would be a deal. Now it's not going to be a deal because Witherspoon already got his done. He's going to, and then Gonzalez will sign. Then we'll have to sign JPJ. Like every stat that counts, completion percentage, quarterback rating against, yards allowed, penalties, pass breakups. He is there. The only thing that's down is interceptions, but even that, he's in line with a lot of other corners that had 1 or 0 that are rated better, that are supposedly better than him, have less interceptions, give up more yards, give up more completions. Porter's like one of the best third down corners in the league, the best at not giving up explosive plays. So to say he is not top 5 is disingenuous or just laziness and not.
Yeah, I don't argue top 5 at all. Again, I mean, wanting that number one money, wanting to reset the. I think that's where a lot of people are having a problem because again, at the end of the day, you know, some people don't feel. Apparently, a lot of people. There's a lot of people out there that don't feel that he's the best cornerback in the league, and I'm not arguing for them. I'm just talking aloud here and just trying to piece it all together. Because again, Mike, there's a lot of people that really, really know what they're doing. Doesn't believe he is worth that number one. And again, that's
I don't know. People still talk about Sauce as one of the best corners in the league, and you watch Sauce. I haven't heard Sauce not that good anymore. But he certainly
used to get talked about a lot more.
Last year, he was still talked about one of the best. He got traded for 2 first-round picks and a good wide receiver, and you watch him play, and he's nowhere near a top 5.
Yeah, see, I don't see a top corner. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. That's not what I see when I watch him. But Lindsay, she agrees. Mike, she agrees with you. She says worth top 5. Let's continue down here. Let's go to Tyrone. He says bingo has nothing to do with his dad. Actually, he's a top 5 DB in the league. And what's what he earned and he will get. Mark Malone says, Daddy going to give you a top 5. Let's continue down. Let's go right here to Tyrone. He says lets his game do the talking. Lindsay says, where the fuck is Steele? Sommer says, coaching some football, I think. Lindsay needs more facts. Steeler Freak says this, trailer park hookers are the best. Tyrone says this, I'm off. Good show, you bastards. Here we go. That's right, baby. Here we go. Tomorrow,
Tyrone.
A little over a day. We'll be back at it against the Buffalo Bills. Thank you. As always, my friend. Always great seeing Ty on the terrible board. Have a good one, bro. Bingo says this, he was constantly getting flagged. Let's see. He was getting flagged constantly until Debo threatened to take a shower with him. That's true. It was after that the threatened shower by Debo that them penalties started getting better for us as far as JPJ. A backup edge rusher had more interceptions. Backup Jack Sawyer did have more interceptions, but again, I guess that's a whole different argument, which didn't take much because he didn't have any. Top 10 maybe is what Bingo is saying. Again, it's opinions. Guys, you got
to... There's opinions and then there's objectable facts.
Well, it's not because, Mike, there's obviously a lot of people in the know that don't think he's the best corner in the league. And if this was if this was black and white, it would be done already. If it was in black and white, it would be done already. And it's the fact that it's not. So again, it's not an easy call. Let's go down below. Oh, you're so frustrated. Look at you.
I am frustrated. I've been talking about the same fucking thing.
Well, guess what, Mike? This is still the storyline. So at the end of the day,
annoying.
At the end of the day, this is still the storyline. So do what you want. Go ahead, start something new, man. I'm all with it.
No, I don't know what your problem is. The last
I have no
half
problem,
of
Mike.
this show, bro, you've been just combative with everyone and me out of nowhere. So I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I was pissed off. You're right at the board. Absolutely.
So I'm not denying that. Me, and then
I'm not taking it out on you, but you're being awfully one-sided on this. And again, I don't think
I'm sorry. I don't play devil's advocates when I think my objective,
and if you were right, it would be a done deal.
I'm just
If you
tired
were
of
right,
arguing it.
it wouldn't be as
over and
complex
over.
as a deal. If you were right. So again,
Oh my
maybe you don't know everything. Let's move on. Let's
No,
go here.
that's
Lindsay
bro.
says,
You say you don't act like you know everything. You have to be right, but the minute anyone pushes back on you, you double and triple down and have
okay.
to act like you're right.
Yeah, sometimes I do that. You're right. Let's
Like
continue on. Let's
the
go here.
latter half of the show is just driving me crazy.
All right. That's cool. Let's go here to Lindsay. She says, we are the, though we all have opinions. There he goes. That's what I missed. So we are here to voice them. So if we disagree, I know I'm going to say what I think. Absolutely. Let's continue down here. Tyrone. He says, bingo, keep Porter out your mouth, bro. He's top 5. Watch more football. He cut down the flags, better tackling and lockdown. You guys hold on to shit 2 years ago. Steelers fans are delusional. Let's go to Lindsay. He was paid for his previous seasons. Yes, let's go forward. Let's go here to Ty's about to crash out. Lindsay says he was paid before the season, Lindsay, so you can't count. Yeah, he was paid for what he did last year prior to last year. So you can. Tyrone says, I don't know where JPJ stands with money-wise and what he wants. Hey, what's up, dude? What's up, ADO4OK? Great seeing you back on a terrible board. He says, afternoon, fellas. Always great seeing you, my man. We do have a football game tomorrow, about 27 hours from now. It'll be time to kick it off in Western New York against the Buffalo Bills. Tyrone says, well, we can reconstruct TJ or DK, cut 5 next year, or trade Highsmith. Lots of ways to free up money. Mark Malone says the offensive line are the guys we're going to need to get signed. And that's next year. We have a lot of offensive pay that's going out next year. And again, we're paying a lot on defense. So again, we hope to see the results by that highly paid defense again this year. That's going to go a long way. Cap goes up every year. Absolutely. Sure does. Let's go here to Mark Malone. That would be shooting ourselves in the dick tie. The dick tie. Let's go here to Somber. Somber says this. And it moved. Here we go. Somber says this. We have 22 RFAs after this year, and the cap goes up. They will be fine. Let's go to Lindsay. She says, yeah, well, TJ will be gone by then. IMAX. Mark Malone. TJ will have a couple more big years. Steeler Freak says the Steel Twins are UPS drivers. Let's go here to Lindsay. Yes, Mark Tater, top 5 corner. Behave yourself. Vanilla Puker. Somber says it's going to be $35 million if they wait, and the tag isn't cheap either. Ty, do you think there's a chance he could go else? I'm not Ty, but Somber. Do you think he could end up somewhere else? I mean, do you think it's out of the question at this point? Is it a possibility? Is Joey Porter, I mean, could he end up on a different squad this year? Because, at this point, if the Steelers don't want to give him that money, somebody else will. Can that be in play, do you think? Let's go here. Let's go to Tyrone. Tyrone says this. That's how it works. Witherspoon, the best in the NFL. No, but got the most. Mark is saying skewed stats. See, that's what I'm thinking as well, Steel. I think they would tag him. And that's what I've said since the beginning. And people were rolling their eyes and shit at me. Let's go here. Somber says this. Nothing is out of the question, but it would be incredibly huge fail if the Steelers let a homegrown kid go. Let's go here to Ronald. What's up, dude? Always great seeing Ronald Albright on the terrible board. He says, Mike, if JPJ truly is a top 5 cornerback, then that would mean we realistically get a chance, at least a first and second round for him in a trade. I'm betting no team offers us a first and or second for him. And second, I'm sorry. OD. Let's go to Mark Malone. No matter how any of us feel about JPJ, it should be obvious we're not signing the guy. So Somber says Gonzo can't even stay on the field. Steel and Loyal, what the fuck are you animals doing in here? What's up, Steel? Always great seeing you on the board. Lindsay says this. He's not the best. He's top 5. See, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. And that's not a bad thing that I'm not saying he's the best. I don't know. There's a lot of really good guys. And for me to say JPJ is clearly the best, I can't do it. I just can't. Because there are things that I do want to see more from him before we do make that call. He's improved a lot, but he still has, ways to go, in my opinion. Let's go here. Let's go back to Somber. You might need to watch this one back, Loyal. Yeah, watch it back, man. It's a good one. Let's go right here. Lindsay laughed my ass off. Somber still says, let's talk about how fucking good Roman Wilson is. Somber said, here we go. He says, he's my goat. Still loyal. Mark Malone says, love loyal. Got him fighting again. Still loyal says, and Jack Driscoll is going to be our starting right water boy. Still loyal says, I called them animals for a reason. Filthy animals. Also, let's go right here to Jello. Jello says this. I love the back and forth. Get a beer, boys. It's football question. How many times this pass has been thrown over toward GPJ? Not too much. Not too many times. Always great seeing Jello in the house. A little male camaraderie. Absolutely. Enjoy it, guys. Come on. Let's go here. Still loyal. Still loyal says this. Mark Malone, this is all your fault. And I don't even know what the hell this is. Still loyal said, but it's your fault. Let's go here. Sommer says 67 targets, allowed 32 receptions. Still loyal says 6'7". Jello Donut says, I thought we had this conversation before, and we all decided their PFP rated him at 10 or 11. Well, again, I'm just, I don't know. Let's go here. Lindsay says, we need I agree. 100%. 100%. There's nothing more I want to see JPJ out on that field in 18 days. The thing is, I'm trying to figure it out myself. Why can't we all agree? Why can't anyone agree where he's at? I think that if it was in all black and white, it would be certainly more in black and white. It's just not, unfortunately. OD says this. I could see JPJ on another roster this year. We have enough talent to make it through the year without him. PFF LOL. Still loyal is the talent in the room with us. And finally, Tyrone says this. OD for OK. Yeah, Dean and Samuel got it right. Let's get into the question of the day. I guess I'll talk about the website myself. Go check. Mike, you cool for the website?
The2dumbyinzers.com. Check it out, everyone. Got articles galore over there. We've got the links to all of Ryan and I's social media and link to the merch store if that's your thing at the2dumbyinzers.com.
Lots of cool stuff. Do go check it out. It's a pretty guy. Mike did a lot of good work on his website. I got to be honest with you. And then all the content between him and the guys. Great stuff. Go check out the website today at www.the2dumbyinzers.com. That's www.the2dumbyinzers.com. A couple more on the board, and we are going to get to this question of the day, guys. Let's go. Steeler Freak says Rooney will make the final call. Lindsay says this JPJ. It is. It really is. And I can't wait for it to be done. But I don't think that it's as cut and dry as people think. That's what's problem here. Corey says PFF is reliable as the Inquirer. Mike Still Loyal says Mike had to take a bong rip. No biggie. And Mark Malone says Dean, ASJ, and Ramsey will be a better secondary than we had last year. Tyrone says right. ... Time to get into the question of the day, guys. Put on your thinking caps. Mike, put your thinking cap on. Everybody on the board, everybody at home. Here we go. This is the question of the day. And you know what? It was brutal today. So today is going to be about a brutal person like O.J. Simpson. O.J. Simpson, who apparently, we don't know if he did. Again, he apparently did some brutal things back in his day. But Mike, this question is going to be about O.J. and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So put on that thinking cap. Here we go. A little bit about O.J. Simpson, the ex-Buffalo Bill. Here we go. How many rushing touchdowns did O.J. Simpson have against the Steelers in the 4 times he played them? He played the Steelers 4 times, and I'm going to give you a multiple choice. So just relax for a second. How many rushing touchdowns did O.J. Simpson have against the Steelers in the 4 times he's played them? I'm going to give you 4 choices. You could choose from A, B, C, or D. A, was it 2? B, was it 3? C, was it 4? 5 was D, was it 5? So either 2, 3, 4, or 5 is the amount of touchdowns OJ had. How many touchdowns did OJ had rushing against the Steelers in the 4 career games he played against them? Again, 2, 3, 4, or 5 is what you have to choose from. Take a minute to think that over, guys. We're live 5 days a week, right here, Monday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. every day, right here on the Tube.
On Tube.
See Steeler Freak, he's thinking 3. Tyrone is saying 4. OD is saying 4. Again, question of the day. How many touchdowns did O.J. Simpson score against the Pittsburgh Steelers on the ground in his career? He played 4 games. in his career against the Steelers. Jello is saying 5. Jello Donut is saying 5. OD is saying 4. Ty is saying 4. Big John Stud, middle name Mud, saying 3. Mike, what is your thought process? Sick Jones saying 2. Bingo saying 3. Mike, what is your thought process?
Oh God, man! I remember from watching some of those Steeler DVDs. Like the first time they played OJ, he ran down them. And after that, they kind of slowed him down. And I think he had multiple touchdowns that first game. Then after that, ever again, he did nothing. So I'm going to go with 3.
3? Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
All right, I'm going to lock you in on place, Mike, for the 3. Again, the question of the day is this: how many rushing touchdowns did O.J. Simpson have against the Steelers in his career, which is 4 games against the Steelers? Guys, you have multiple choice today. It's either 2, 3, 4, or 5. Ronald is guessing B, saying 3 on the board. Jello is saying we sucked when OJ was around. Steel Loyal said I'm going to be different and just say 1. Y'all like to do them trick questions. Hey, you know what? It's not a bad strategy sometimes. Let's go here to Mark Malone. Mike, he says, can't believe Ford didn't have him do an ad whenever they launched the new Bronco. That would have been interesting. Let's go here to Steel Loyal. If the glove doesn't fit, you must have quit. Lindsay says he did it. I'm always right. And you know what? I agree with you. Let's go here to, I think that's everyone. Again, guys, throw up your guess if you think you haven't. Maybe you know it. How many touchdowns did OJ rush for against the Steelers in his 4 games against them in his career? Mike says 3. A lot of different answers on the board, guys. If you think you know it, if you want to throw up a guess, we will give you another moment or so. Go ahead and do just that, and we will reveal the answer. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think people got, Mike. They guessed, and I'm going to tell you what. Somebody did get the correct answer in that bunch of guesses. Somebody did get the correct answer. So, again, here we go. How many rushing touchdowns did O.J. Simpson have against the Steelers in his 4 times playing them in his career? Is it 2, 3, 4, or 5? Multiple choice. OD is saying 4 because back then we probably made routine plays routinely. The answer, guys, to the question is 3. Mike, that was correct. 3 touchdowns O.J. Simpson scored on the ground against the Steelers in 4 games. He did have a huge game, Mike. I'm talking over 200 yards rushing, maybe what you're speaking of.
Yeah.
But again, it's just 3 touchdowns in 4 games. But you weren't wrong. He did run all over us.
I was going to say, I knew it was ugly early. Then after that, it was like, he didn't do diddly poo.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right, Mike. Buccos up 2 games to none on the San Diego Padres. They win yesterday, 1-0. Back-to-back games winning in the 9th inning or later for the Pirates. They are up 2 games to none on the Padres. They finish up that series today. That game starts at 4:10, game 3 of 3 for the Bucks and the Pirates. Weekend series against the Cardinals for them as well. But you know what? There's no baseball talk tomorrow, Mike, for a couple reasons. Well, the Pirates don't play tomorrow for one, and the Steelers play is the other reason. But the Buccos will be back for a weekend series. They're only about 30 games, maybe a game under or so. It's still at that point. They will be finishing their season just at the right time, accomplishing what we need the Pirates to do year to year. Keep us interested until football season.
Just get us here, boys.
Just get us there. We are going to start to turn the corner here and wrap things up. Let me grab some messages, Mike, but I do have a couple more things I do want to speak about before we do roll for the day. Let's just bear with me for a moment. Steeler Freak says, I blew 3 smoke rings, baby. That's impressive. No JPJ talk. You know what? We could do that. I'm going to stay true to my boy. I'm going to stay true to Ty and prove that I do love JPJ. And then prove that I am maybe a nutcase. And again, that could explain some things. But other than that, we will keep JPJ out of this tomorrow. We will get ready for the Steelers. And if anything does come up about JPJ, it'll certainly not be on this level. Let's go here to Corey. Corey says 1 for each murder and 1 because he got away with it. Lindsay says, yeah, okay. Down to Ronald. Ronald says this, I don't know about OJ, but I remember the Bengals' James Brooks used to destroy our defense. Guys, we will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is game day. We'll be here with our game faces on ready to get ready to play the Buffalo Bills in the last preseason game, as we will be facing the Bills without Josh Allen and select starters, guys. So that will be the assignment for the Steelers tomorrow, just trying to get the final pieces put together, Mike, as this preseason will wrap up for the Steelers after the game tomorrow. And then we have till 6 o'clock on Sunday. We'll be cutting from 90 players to 53 players. And then at that point, you're only on 2 weeks that you have to get ready for that first game against Atlanta, Mike. And still, who knows if it's going to be who knows if it could be Tua? Who knows if it's going to be Michael Penix Jr.? We don't know. But again, I'm not quite worried about Atlanta at this point. We'll see how I feel 20 days from now. Of course, after they play. What else do we got going on here, guys? Also on Saturdays, we are doing the Saturday social networking right here on our YouTube page. If you do want to get involved in that, it went really well last week for the people that were involved. Do contact us via email. We'll certainly get you all set up and display and feature your content, podcast, show, whatever it is that you're running your stream. We're going to do that on Saturdays now to kind of help out and share the wealth a little bit, guys. So if you do want to do that, do write us at twodumyinzers@gmail.com, guys. twodumyinzers.com, but it's the word two is spelled out TWO. Get a hold of us. We will get you all set up for the weekend, as that is going to be coming again this Saturday. A few things before we do roll. I do want to say this. We're getting ready for football. We know you're getting ready for football. Sometimes you like to sit back and have a few beers. If you do stop and get yourself some Duquesne Pilsner, guys. It's now available at Giant Eagle in 6 and 12 packs and wherever cases are sold. Go get it today. The folks over there always do good for us, so we try to give it back to them. If you're not a drinker, that's fine. Go to their social media, hit the like button, hit the follow. It'll all help them guys out. Duquesne Pilsner. Always in the studio here for any occasion that comes along, made right here in Western Pennsylvania, Mike. And it says on the can, grab a Duke.
A Duke.
I do want to also say this. If you are checking them out on social media, you can check us out as well, as we are everywhere. You can find us on Facebook, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, Threads, even TikTok. Go over and hit the follow button. Keep up with what's going on with the Two Dumb Yinzers on a day-to-day basis. And if you hadn't yet, do hit the like button down below. Hit the like, the sub, the share, even leave a comment, guys. Any impression will help push the show out through the algorithm into the eyes of other Steeler Nation members and Yinzers alike. So if we could just do that, we'd be greatly appreciative. Mike, your thoughts today's show?
IMAX. Let's get him ready for week one. The Dylan Cook experience. I am over it. Let's get IMAX out there. I can't wait for tomorrow to watch E-Rob go to just killing guys who are going to be bagging groceries in a week.
Yeah, right.
I can't wait for that.
I am excited about E-Rob. I'm still excited about E-Rob, and I am excited as well to see him back out there. I also do want to say, guys, don't forget we're about 2 weeks away from needing the pick'ems. If you are going to do the scoreboard CBS pick'ems this year to try to predict the games and scores, things of that nature, do just hit the link right here on our main page on YouTube. It's the blue link at the very top. Hit that. If you were involved last year, you were already signed in and signed up. If you're not, do get in. It takes about 30 seconds to sign up. And again, 2 weeks from right now, you're going to want to get those. Make sure you get those scores in because those picks in because the Super Bowl rematch will be 2 weeks from tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow again to get into all this stuff, Mike, with the Steelers wrapping up preseason against Buffalo. So excited. Let me grab a few more messages here for a few moments here. Let me start up here a little bit. All right, here we go. Let's go here to, I don't know, OJ. Steeler Freak. John says this: I am not writing the players' checks. That is so true. Lindsay says Mark will be here. Mark will be on here bright and early saying trade him. We know that. Scrolling through my YouTube recommended, I see thumbnail from a Jets podcast. It says Jets all in, move Tomlin and Lamar in 2027. Tomlin and Lamar in 2027. I did see something about that earlier as well, talking about the Jets, could possibly be an option for Mike Tomlin. I don't think if Mike Tomlin's going to come back, he's going to go to. I don't think he's going to go to any undesirable situation. I just don't. I can't imagine he would go to a team that's never good. We will see how that plays out. Silver says never laughed so hard in a while. OD4OK says can't wait for the game tomorrow. Likewise, 6 says awesome show. Y'all have a killer day. Catch it tomorrow. Let's fucking go with the terrible towels, the TJ Watts, all the emojis alike as with Lindsay and her terrible towel, or TJ Watts. I'm sorry, her Vanilla Thunders. A lot, guys, going on, getting ready to go into this last game. Did you get all the answers, Mike? that you wanted, for the questions you needed going into preseason. We talked about a lot of things all off season. Did we get any answers in the first couple weeks of the preseason? That's my last question for you today, and we are going to wrap it up. Did you get what kind of answers have been answered for you since we did start preseason football?
Not a whole lot has been answered.
Yeah, exactly.
Except that, Fatano and McCormick are just fine on the left-hand side.
All right. Sounds good. Good enough, guys. Again, we will be back at our regular time tomorrow. I do want to say before we go, thank you so much to everybody for coming and hanging out and checking us out. We certainly appreciate each and every one of you. We truly, honestly do. We wouldn't do without you, guys. We truly, even if, again, whoever you are, I don't care. We thank every single person who does come on the board. You all contribute to the show, no matter what the opinion, no matter what. Thank you so much. We love you. Everybody on the board, guys, you always keep everything interesting. You are the lifeblood of this show. I also want to say thank everybody at home, maybe in the car, whether you're at work, maybe you're at the gym, listening, watching, whatever the case. Thank you too, guys. We will be back tomorrow at our regular time to start getting ready for the Buffalo Bills. That tomorrow, then we'll be wrapping it up, Mike. Friday morning, we'll be in here breaking it down and figuring out what we have to do, who's going to be cut, who's going to make the team, and what we have to do to get ready for Atlanta. So we're that close. We are that close to getting this thing rolling, guys. Again, I want to say thank you so much to everybody, the whole way down the list, every single name. If you say that there's a name that I'm not thankful for, you're wrong. I'm thankful for every single one of you. I'm thankful for Mike. I'm thankful for everybody. Again, I want to say, Mike, anything else before we wrap it up for the day? All right. I think that's everything, guys. We'll be back tomorrow. For Derpy, for Finch, for Mike, for RB, for Chop, myself, the two dumb Yinzers. Everybody have a great hump day. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.